contractor needs. Contact us today.
Thanks to you. Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Hey Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
From Enlow Field, good evening and welcome to Week 4 of high school football here on IndianaSRN. It is the 1-2 Model Day Wildcats playing at the 3-0 Memorial Tigers. Tonight's broadcast of Tigers football on IndianaSRN is brought to you by Memorial High School, Melk Mechanical, Electrical, Plumbing, Ivy Tech Community College, Pet Food Center, Caresso Landscape. Tigers football is brought to you by Rockabar Pizza, Lansing Building Specialties, Zemer Funeral Home, People's Furniture Mattress Outlet, Hyundai of Evansville, and the Memorial Booster Club. Again, welcome in alongside Mike Scavara. I'm Jevin Redmond. Week 4 of the high school football season here at Inlow Field. Tigers trying to move to 4-0 tonight. The Wildcats trying to snap a 6-game losing streak against Memorial. They come in 1-2 on the season. Last week, the Tigers cruised past Central on the road, 56-0. And for Mater Dei, they had a tough loss at home against Vincennes, 28-20. Mike, first let's start with Memorial. Last week it was a relatively easy win, 56-0 against a Central team in a bit of a transition year. And the Tigers starters got pulled middle of the second quarter, but everyone that dressed last week got a chance to play.
Yeah, 74 guys and a lot of experience, and that could pay dividends for Coach Hurley and his ball club as we move down through the season.
And for Mater Dei, they're 1-2 on the season. A bit of a transition year for them as well because they're in the state finals the last 2 years. They won a state championship a season ago, but they graduated a lot of seniors. So some new guys in different positions. They're 1-2. Again, they lost by 8 at home against Vincennes last week. Thoughts on Mater Dei?
Well, you look at their starting lineup, but they only have 2 holdovers offensively and 4 defensively. So a lot of new guys, some of the older guys, but they don't have a lot of playing experience. So by the end of the season, though, Coach Gable will probably have them ready, I'm sure.
It's 2 coaches tonight that know each other quite well. John Hurley in his 16th season at Memorial. For Mater Dei, it is Mike Gable in his 27th season. Plenty of head-to-head battles against each other.
Yeah, we have history here tonight. Both coaches have won 2 state titles. First time since the SIAC started in 1936 that we've got 2 head coaches with 2 state championships.
Overall, we'll get to the keys of the game later on in our pregame segment, but just from a general perspective for Mater Dei and Memorial, what are some game plans for tonight?
You look at their ball clubs. Mater Dei's got a lot of guys still going both ways. Memorial will see Desmond Johnson. He might see 2-way play, but it's a game where I think both of these teams are finding themselves. Memorial has found themselves early on in the season. Mater Dei still looking to find their rhythm.
We'll take a break for tonight's national anthem here on our pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk about some player spotlights and also starting lineups. It is week 4, Tigers and Wildcats from Inlow Field here on IndianaSRN.
Hey folks, good to be with you for tonight's game. My name is Andy Simpson, and I'm a licensed IHSAA football official, and welcome to Friday Night Football, powered by IndianaSRN. On behalf of the 340 football officials, the IHSAA, the crew here at IndianaSRN, we hope you enjoyed tonight's game, and more important, don't forget to subscribe to the IndianaSRN YouTube page. As you're watching tonight's contest, I'm going to show you a few of our signals that will help you better understand the information we are trying to convey. Touchdown, safety, first down, holding or illegal use of hands, encroachment, or offsides commonly known, false start or illegal formation on the offense, or a free kick scrimmage violation, face mask, intentional grounding, roughing the passer, clipping, illegal shift, illegal motion, illegal block, pass interference by the offense or the defense, delay of game, and the one signal we dislike and you as fans don't like seeing, unsporting. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight and following us on IndianaSRN. You can also tune in to the Football Weekly Show and Coach's Show every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on IndianaSRN.org. Finally, if you've ever thought about becoming an IHSAA official, www.ihsaa.org and click on the Officials tab or call the IHSAA office at 317-846-6601. Now, sit back and enjoy the game.
Job well done on tonight's national anthem. It is a gorgeous night for football. Starting to feel more like fall weather. Mater Day and Memorial, two rivals going at it this evening. Should be a lot of fun. Again with Mike Scovara, I'm Jevin Redmond here on IndianaSRN. Let's talk about a couple of key players tonight for both sides. We will start with Mater Day. We'll take a look at their defensive player to look out for, linebacker Spencer Turner.
Yeah, Turner, a 3-year starter, linebacker, Indiana Football Coach Association, all-state player, a captain, a team leader by example, according to Coach Gable, and he'll play all special teams as well. Spencer Turner will be on the field most of the game here tonight.
On the offensive side, it's running back Wyatt Stratman.
Stratman, also a senior, also a 3-year starter, also another Indiana Football Coach Association all-state player. He's the captain, he's the vocal leader of the team, Coach Gable says, and he is the mayor of Mater Day Student Government. So that's just like being president of the Student Council.
For the Tigers, a couple of guys we look out for tonight. We'll start with Donovan Baker.
Donovan Baker, another tough player for Memorial, the senior starting defensive end. Team first, high motor type player, high energy, leads the defense with tackles for losses with 5. He'll also play a lot of the special teams. You'll see him in the running back position on offense as well. A great honor student for the Tigers as well.
And also for the Tigers, another senior, that is Will Petke.
Petke, he's one of those Swiss Army knife type guys. He'll play just about any position that Coach Hurley wants him to play. Very versatile, high football IQ, very intelligent player. He'll play special teams. And, last week he had a great week against Central. He was 3 of 3 passing for 122 yards, an 87-yard touchdown pass. He rushed for 46 yards. He had a 31-yarder. Both that 87-yard TD pass and that 31-yard run are the longest for the Tigers offensively this year.
Now we transition to tonight's starting lineups, which are brought to you by Rock-A-Bar. You can join them at their new location at the corner of Green River Road at 4600 Washington Avenue in Evansville. We take a look at the Mater Day offense. They come in averaging close to 21 points per game.
Brett Wilkie and Ethan Gooden, they're the only 2 starters from last year's state championship game in the victory over Andrean. So a lot of new faces, a lot of new people playing in different positions for the offense for Coach Gable.
This Wildcat defense trying to get back on track after back-to-back rough weeks.
They also lost 7 starters last year. Tyler Vanover, Aiden Shoy, Spencer Turner, Tanner Halbig, and Wyatt Stratman. Those are the 4 guys they're going to lead. And you look at Spencer Turner and Wyatt Stratman, the 2 guys we profiled, they're the leading tacklers defensively.
For the home team, the Tigers, who are 3-0 on the season, their offense has been firing on all cylinders so far through 3 weeks, averaging 34 points per game.
They're looking to improve their running game, as they not really had to, but all the skilled people, a lot of them are juniors. Porter Road, one of the few seniors, along with Desmond Johnson. So they're looking to get better and better every week.
And how about the Tigers' defense so far? Through 3 weeks, they've given up 13 total points. Mike, they had 6 interceptions last week.
Yeah, 7 on the year, and coming in, they are of the 316 schools in the state. They are number 4 in giving up fewest points, so they're looking to continue to do that. And again, look for their linebackers and defensive ends to be the key defenders as they've been all year.
Again, tonight's starting lineups were brought to you by Rock-A-Bar. Join them at their new location at the corner of Green River Road, and that is at 4600 Washington Avenue in Evansville. When we come back, Mike Scovara will have his keys to the game, and then we kick it off week 4, Tigers and Wildcats. Thanks for being with us on IndianaSRN.
Here at Hyundai of Evansville, we love this community and we love these hot deals that we are offering. Like low prices on the new 23 Santa Fe's, now get an additional $2,500 rebate when you finance with Hyundai Motor Finance and get 3-year free maintenance and America's best warranty.
So if you're in the market for a new vehicle, stop in and let us show you some love.
Right here at Hyundai of Evansville, where credit is never a deal breaker.
Where nobody walks away because everybody saves.
Why do our students love Wrights Memorial?
Because I can grow stronger on the field and in my faith. I believe in my teammates. I believe in my classmates. And through Christ, I believe I can accomplish anything.
Come live your faith at Wrights Memorial.
Well, Mater Dei has taken the field here at Enloe Field. Crowd still filing in on both sides. Had a good tailgate crowd as we were driving to the stadium about 4:45, 5 o'clock. Tigers getting set to take the field as well. And we remind you that Wrights Memorial High School is a sponsor of tonight's broadcast. They are providing an environment where God inspires, they educate, and students thrive since 1925. Check the website out, wrightsmemorial.org, for more information. All right, Mike, let's talk keys to the game tonight. First, for the visitors, Mater Dei.
Well, Mater Dei, they look to improve their passing game. You know, they had great passing with Wunderlich, one of the players, Mr. Football last year, as they need to maybe throw the ball a little more because running has been their key. Defensively, they're going to have to do the opposite. Memorial has a good passing game with Matthew Fisher and his core of receivers, and they need to stop the pass game.
And for the Tigers, what are you watching for tonight? You mentioned the run game earlier, but how does that improve?
Well, what they need to do is come away with a good opportunity with their young linemen as well. But they really, Mater Dei offensively needs to throw the ball a little bit more. I mean, their longest pass for their quarterback, Mallory, has only been 18 yards. So they need to improve their passing game. Their rushing game has gotten some good play, but always they're looking to improve on that as well.
This broadcast tonight is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the expressed written consent and permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. Tigers take the field. Good-sized crowd expected for this one, and we're glad to have you along with us. Already week 4 of the season. After tonight, we'll be more than a third of the way through the year, and we start looking at some other matchups tonight in the SIAC. The other big game is on the other side of town, the west side of the bowl. It'll be Wrights and North. Should be a fun battle between two good teams.
A lot of good teams, as in Memorial and Wrights, the only two teams undefeated so far, and they're the leaders in the state defensively. Memorial's only given up 13 points, we talked about. Wrights is only 14 points. And a lot of pageantry, a lot of activity going on in this game. Not only football game, it's also the 7th Annual Hunger Bowl, sponsored by the local Knights of Columbus Councils to benefit the St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry, so a lot of things there. We also had the feeder league teams being introduced for Memorial, the home team.
Tigers have won 6 straight in the series. Mater Dei owns the overall head-to-head series, 45-30. There have been 2 ties, and we await our coin toss at midfield. Our officials for tonight, the White Hat. You see him, their arms folded. It's Dave Sinning. His crew consists of Tim Alcorn, David George, Nick Alcorn, and Chris Brunson. Had the crew last week at Central. They do a nice job, a very experienced crew. And glad to have them again tonight for week 4.
Well, looking at these two teams, their most successful teams tournament-wise, state of Indiana for the SIAC. Mater Dei won 24 sectionals, Memorial 16, regional level, Mater Dei 15, 11 for the Tigers. Semi-states, the Wildcats have won 7, 5 for Memorial. Each team has won 2 state titles under John Hurley in 2017 in 3A and 19 in 4A. While in 2A, Coach Gable has won in 2000 and in last year in 2022.
A reminder, you can join the tradition of supporting Memorial Athletics with the revamped and revitalized Booster Club. You can join them September 16th. That is coming up a week from tomorrow for their annual Steak Night event. Like them on Facebook for more information.
A lot of good matchups, coming in. We talked about these two team coaches have won 2 state titles. John Leidy, the third that won 2 as well, over at Castle in 1882 and 94. As we've had the toss, and it was won by Mater Dei, and they will defer to the second half. So the Memorial Tigers will get the football first.
Worth noting last week in that first half, the Tigers starters got pulled middle of the quarter, but they scored on every single drive last week. The starters did.
That's right. They came away with perfection, and I'm sure Coach John Hurley, who calls the plays offensively, would like to do that. Of course, defensive coordinator Ben Johnson, he would like to throw another shutout back-to-back that they had first time since 1991 that happened in the Tiger program. Of course, not only with head coach Mike Gable. You've got Darren Knight, the principal at Mater Dei, also the defensive coordinator. And congratulations to both of those guys, because this last summer they were inducted into the Indiana High School Hall of Fame.
Mike Gable, 27th season. Head coach John Hurley, 16th season for Gable. He has a record of 261-84. He's won 12 sectional titles, 4 consecutive years, 8 regionals, 4 semi-states, and 1 state finals. That was, of course, this past year. And for John Hurley, a record of 131-66. He has won 9 sectionals, 6 regionals, 5 semi-states, and 2 state championships. 76 degrees here in Evansville on this Friday evening. Looks like the stands across the way starting to fill up. A good Tiger student section per usual.
You're looking at the Memorial. John Hurley is one of 4 head coaches to win over 100 games as Memorial comes in with 607 wins as a program. Mater Dei, they've only had 4 head coaches the entire school program since they started football in 1949. Len Will, Joe Gossman, Frank Will, and Mike Gable. Gable's wins, 261. That's more than half of the 516 wins that they've had.
Tanner Halbig will kick off for Mater Dei, right to left on your screen. Elsperman is back deep to return for the Tigers, along with a couple other guys back there. It is Quinn McCool. Porter Road, yep.
That'll be an interesting matchup. It always is when Mater Dei and Memorial play, not only in football, but any sport.
Tigers trying to stay perfect tonight, moving to 4-0. The Wildcats trying to avoid a 3rd straight loss and get back to 500. With that, time for football as Tanner Halbig kicks it end over end, near sideline, and it will stay in bounds, go into the end zone for a touchback. And that is how this one gets underway as Matthew Fisher, the junior quarterback for Memorial. Again, they're averaging 34 points per game, 236 through the air and 89 yards on the ground. That is something they're trying to improve is the running game. We talked about that during our pregame show.
Mater Dei, 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, 4 defensive backs. They'll try to almost invite Memorial to run the football as normally they'll, in order to put pressure on the quarterback, they'll blitz some linebackers.
Tigers 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. I formation. The running back is Porter Road. Fullback is Donovan Baker. This is Porter Road on the first carry, and he scoots through the line of scrimmage a couple of yards, running in between the hash marks. Road, a guy a season ago, had over 1,000 yards on the ground, but so far through the first 3 weeks, he has just 101 yards.
Aiden Shoy, who's the leading tackler for the Wildcats on the stop. They'll give him about, 2 or 3?
Looks like a gain of 3 for Porter Road. That is right at his season average.
3 receivers set out to the right.
Road to the right hip of Fisher. Shotgun snap. They pitch it quickly in the flat. Road catches. Stetter steps 25-yard line, crashes forward, and he is close to the first down marker at the 30-yard line. So a carry by Road, and now a reception. It's 3rd and short.
Noah Simmons along with Spencer Turner on the snap. So big 3rd down and 1 early in this ball game, just underway here at Enlow Field in Evansville, Indiana.
Fisher, the junior quarterback, came in completing 56% of his passes, 7 touchdowns, no interception. The Tigers have yet to turn the ball over through the first 3 weeks. 3rd and short, they give it to Rowe looking for a block, and he doesn't get it. Swallowed up by several white jerseys, and Mater Dei suffocates Rowe. It's 4th down.
Loss on the play, and the man making the stop was Aiden Shoy again. So the Tigers will go 3 and out their first possession.
Aiden came in number 1 in tackles on this Wildcat defense. 22 tackles through the first 3 weeks. So Memorial goes 3 and out. They'll have to punt it away, as their punter is Matthew Fisher. 6 punts this year, close to 40 yards is his average. Good snap, and the kick is a shorter one from Fisher, wobbling around the 50-yard line, takes a slight Tigers bounce, and rolls out of bounds. So pretty good field position for the Mater Dei offense as they take the field for the first time tonight.
Just a 27-yard punt, no return. So Mater Dei forces the 3 out defensively and gets great field position. Coach Gable and Coach Knight, that's what they were looking for.
Back-to-back weeks, the Tigers defense has faced an underclassman quarterback. This week it's Tate Mallory, the sophomore, 5'10", 150 pounds, has completed 55% of his passes this year. He's 35 for 63, close to 400 yards. He's thrown for 3 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. The drive starts from the Mater Dei 46-yard line. They go trips wide receivers far side, empty backfield. Now they bring Stratman there, and they fake it to him. Mallory wants to throw on first down, shuffles to his right. Baker giving some pressure, and the pass is just floated out of bounds, far sideline, incomplete.
Donovan Baker coming in from his defensive end, putting the pressure. Also out there for the Memorial Tigers, one of the linebackers, Tanner Grease.
Baker used to getting in that backfield. He's actually number 1 of the Tigers' defense in terms of tackle for losses through the first 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's a new position for him, too. He played a little bit last year, but he's doing a good job. He'll usually play that wide side defensive end. His trips out to the right this time for Mater Dei.
So it's 2nd and 10. They give it to Stratman, the running back. He makes one man miss, and he's tugged down from his jersey on the backside. Hanging on for dear life there was one of the Tigers' defensive players, Landon Merrimee.
Merrimee, one of the 2 defensive tackles, so pickup of about 3, may give it 4. It's near midfield. Mater Dei's first offense. The thrust so far, the defense from Mater Dei forced a 3 and out for the Tigers. They'll bring in another defensive back, anticipating a pass.
Stratman has not been the Wildcats' main running guy this year. That was only his 14th carry for about 35 yards. Ball is loose on the turf. There's a scrum for it behind the line of scrimmage. And Mater Dei comes up with it, but it'll be 4th down.
I think Mallory thought the play was going to be on 2, and the center snapped it on 1 as Mater Dei retains possession, but they lose 4, or I guess 3, so they'll mark it at the 47. So Mater Dei's going to have a 3 and out as well.
Yeah, I got the replay there. Mallory was just not expecting the snap, hit him right in the gut.
Very fortunate for Mater Dei that they did not lose that in a turnover.
So how big will punt it away for Mater Dei? 8 punts this year. His average just north of 30 yards per kick. And a line drive kick will be returned from Elshman around the 13-yard line. He's sprinting to his left. Now he darts up middle of the field of the 20, and he gets tripped up. Pretty good special teams coverage by Mater Dei. And so now the second drive of the night for the Tigers offense after they went 3 and out.
40-yard punt and a return from the 13 out to the 22 of 9 yards by Elsperman. So in the exchange, actually, Memorial gains 2 yards.
Carresso Landscaping, serving Evansville, Newburgh for over 20 years for all your landscaping installation and maintenance. If you're not satisfied with your lawn or landscaping, contact Carresso at 812-853-7606 or at Carresso.com. First drive began at the 20. This one starts at the 22. 3 wide receivers set, rode the running back to the right hip of Fisher. Here's that jet sweep. It goes as a pass. Elsterman has it, 25-yard line, twisting his way toward the near sideline. He'll gain a handful on first down.
Yeah, that's that bread and butter play. They like to run a lot. Is coming up on the stop for Mater Dei was Tanner Helbig along with Will Gable.
Gain of 6 at 2nd and 4.
Mater Dei goes down to a 4-man defensive line, 3 linebackers.
Fisher shuffles to his left, flutters one far sideline, leaping catch by Elsterman. He's got the first down, skipping past the 35-yard line. The 37, gain of 10, move the chains for the first time tonight.
Just that quick step, 3-stepping out, as coming up with the stop with Spencer Turner, but not after the Tigers pick up a first down. Is of course Luke Elsperman coming in. He's the top receiver. He'll get double coverage a lot. 19 catches, 327 yards. Jevin, he is number 2 in Class 4A in the entire state in receptions.
High formation brochures the fullback to give his to Rode right up the middle. He has some space, carving his way past the 40. And he dives forward to the 43 to pick up a 5 for Porter Road. Back to Elsperman real quick. We mentioned his good numbers, and you also told me before the game, typically Coach Gable and his defenses, they like to double team the best wide receiver, and that'll be the matchup to watch tonight.
Kunkler on the stop, but not after the Tigers pick up about 5.
So it's 2nd and 5. 5 minutes gone, no score here in the opening quarter, week 4 of the high school football season.
I formation, Brochere is the fullback blocker.
And this is Rode, not much traction there. He was hit by Aiden Shue, the linebacker. will bring up 3rd and about 3 as road gain 2.
Tigers trying to get that run game going. Pass when you want to. Out to the 45, so big down defensively for the Wildcats early here.
Both offenses went 3 and out on their opening drives. Tigers trying to get into Monterey territory here. It's 3rd and 3 from their own 45. Trips near side. Elsterman, the single wide receiver to the far side, and he got a head start. False start against Memorial.
That was just going to be that quick out possession play, but it'll cost them 5 on the movement.
So to make it a bit tougher here on 3rd down, 3rd and 8.
Monterey opened up with that 3 down lineman. Now they're up to the 4. Wide side of the field to the right, you might see some play action pass with Fisher maybe rolling right with 3 receivers that way.
On 3rd and 8, Fisher 3-step drop. He looks right. Now he tries to take off running under pressure. He floats it near sideline. One-on-one coverage. Leaping catch. Did he stay in bounds? Yes, he did. At the 30-yard line, a great grab by Simon Schultz and a 1st down for the Tigers.
Good adjustment that time by Simon Schultz. Good movement, keeping the play alive by Matthew Fisher. We'll see the replay. Fisher looks like he's bottled up. He'll step up, roll right, puts Simon Schultz, you go deep, catches at its highest point, comes down. 1st down Tigers into Monterey territory.
This will be play number 6 of the drive. Here is Dockery as he is running at the 30-yard line, and he is going to be wrestled down behind the line of scrimmage. He got thrown around like a rag doll there by Wyatt Stratman. That's a loss.
Good defense there. He hung on to Dockery, and a loss of about 4 on that play. Or maybe even more.
Yeah, we'll say a loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14 back at their own 34-yard line, or Monterey's 34-yard line. Fast-moving first quarter, 5.5 to go. On 2nd and 14, they're going to run it with Porter Road, and he has nowhere to go. That's behind the line of scrimmage once again. So back-to-back plays, negative yards for the Tigers offense.
Leading the charge, Carter Schmidt, as Monterey. They're focused on stopping Elstrom and Porter Road, and for the most part, they've done it.
Well, so now you're in 3rd and 16, and with where you're at in the field, you don't have to get all 16 yards on this play. It could be 4-down territory. So maybe try to get a chunk of yards back to give yourself a chance on 4th down.
Again, wide side of the field to the right. Single back, trips. And move Porter Road over to the right side, give an additional blocker that way.
3rd and long. They set up the screen pass. Elsterman catches at the 34-yard line. He got yanked down from behind. Got a handful of jersey and was able to rip him to the turf, so that's a short gain. And now, might be a little tougher to go for. You might have to try to pin him deep.
We talked about earlier games this year, field position, a lot of times better than possession. Ball's on the 34-yard line. You could pin them inside the 10, but if you go for it here and you don't get it, you're really only giving up about 10 or 15 yards in field position with a chance to maybe to keep the drive alive.
We've seen Fisher drop 4 punts inside the 20-yard line this year. This is 4th and 14. Memorial goes for it in the pocket, starts to collapse. Fisher escapes, moving to his right, surveying the field, has to get rid of it, just heaves it toward the end zone, way out of bounds, and it is a turnover on downs.
Good job that time defensively from Monterey. They put initial pressure, flushed Fisher out to the right, and just had to heave it out there. Even if it got it intercepted, it would have been like a punt. But in any case, the Monterey defense comes up big for the second time defensively with 3:48 to go, no score. The Wildcats get the ball back on their own 34.
So it was a 9-play drive that fizzles in Monterey territory. And so far, a Wildcat defense that came in giving up almost 30 points per game has stopped the Tigers on the first 2 drives. We'll see what Tate Mallory and his crew can do here. Second drive of the night. They're going to put on the ground with Stratman, and he'll take what he can get, a couple of yards there, running up the right hash mark.
Both defenses coming up big here so far in this contest. As you said, are very rapidly moving first quarter with no points.
Alex Broshears, the Tigers' leading tackle man, came in almost 30 tackles on the season. He's also #1 in tackles for losses. Him and Baker tied for that spot, actually. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Mallory looks to throw here. Surveying near sideline, now goes across the middle. The pass is deflected and incomplete. That was Alex Broshears who got his hand on it.
Well, in many years I've been watching this SIAC football, probably one of the better end line to end line or sideline to sideline rather players in Broshears. And he had that pick 6 against Central last week. Almost came up with one right here.
Tigers defense had 6 interceptions a week ago at Central in their 56-0 win. 3rd and 9 here for the Wildcats. Mallory to throw on back-to-back plays. Starts to move toward the Wildcat sideline. Here comes pressure across his body. That is picked off. Mistake by the young quarterback. It's intercepted, and the Tigers will take over. Jeremiah McGuire.
McGuire did a nice job as Alex Broshears was putting all kinds of pressure on Tate Mallory. He intercepts it at the 47 as here we go. He gets flushed to his left. Broshears closes fast. He puts it up there, and Broshears comes up, or rather McGuire comes up with the interception and gets a return of 4 yards. First turnover of the game.
Mallory's 5th interception he's thrown this year, probably one he wishes he just would have thrown out of bounds on the sideline. He was well out of the pocket. So Memorial will start with their best field position tonight at the Wildcats' 43-yard line. And movement on this snap. Tigers' second false start of the night.
So Memorial looking to take advantage of this, but that's not the way to start off a possession.
That goes against the Tigers.
So back them up and start at the 48-yard line. We thank Linsing Building Specialties for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. You need a new front door? Linsing Building Specialties sells and installs a wide variety of exterior doors. Learn more at linsingbuildingspecialties.com.
Both these defenses have stepped up and played well so far.
Here is Rode up the middle of the 40. Rode gets taken down around the ankles inside the 40 to 37-yard line. It's a gain of 11.
That was a nice job by the offensive line opening up over the left side as Rode will get back that 5 yards on penalty and pick up another 5 or 6 on top of that.
Late first quarter, still no score. Third time the Tigers have had the ball tonight. Turnover on downs the last time. Here's a quick pass, far side. Elsferman tries to make a man miss, and he does, getting a few extra yards. And he works his way to the 30-yard line, and that's good enough for a Tigers first down.
And 2 or 3 defenders out there. Finally gets brought down on the play by Spencer Turner, but that's good enough for a first down. 3 first downs all via the pass so far for the Tigers.
First and 10 from the 30. Here's a quick pass near side, caught 25-yard line, and then getting punished after the reception is Quinn McCool. But McCool has his 3rd reception of the season. Looks like that goes for about 9 yards.
Made a man miss and then picks up yards after the catch. Makes it a 2nd and short.
Aiden Shoy made the tackle.
You might see the same play the other way.
Single wide receiver near side here is Luke Dockery. Rode in the backfield with Fisher on 2nd and 1. They fake it to Rode. Quick pass across the middle. He's got Schultz open inside the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal.
They release McCool straight down the field, and then Schultz catches the pass in right behind him because Schultz or McCool had taken away the defender. Schultz gets the first down.
So 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. They spread him 4 wide. Rhodes still the running back. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns on the season. And as Fisher flung it here toward Schultz, the play was stopped, and the Tigers get nailed with another false start. It's been a bugaboo so far in this first quarter.
Yeah, 3 penalties, all 5-yarders, all procedure penalties.
By the way, Tigers inside the Peace of Mind Red Zone. Peace of Mind is an outpatient private practice helping individuals of all ages, couples, and families on their mental health journey. Check them out online to make an appointment at their new Evansville East Side location. We talked about the Tigers being good in terms of not turning the ball over yet this year. Probably too many penalties week 2 against North. So far, too many penalties here in the first quarter. That would be the one negative.
4 receivers out, 2 each side.
First and goal from the 12. Fisher hooks up with Elsterman. Middle of the field, he has all kinds of room, and he walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. 12-yard pass to Luke Elsterman, his 5th receiving score of the year.
That was that middle screen to the wide receiver. They invite the defensive line up. The 4 guys rush. Watch the 3 linebackers. And then Elsperman just comes in behind. All the linemen are downfield. They can be downfield if the pass is caught behind the line of scrimmage, which it was. And Luke Elsperman gets 6 on the board, and the Tigers are up by 1 score. Peyton Barrett looking to add the extra point.
Oh, came off his foot weird, and it goes left. So Barrett with his first missed PAT of the year. He had been 12 for 12. And so with 49 seconds to go in the first quarter, it's 6-0 Tigers here on IndianaSRN.
Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
My name is Jay Jones. I'm the commissioner of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and we appreciate you tuning in to tonight's game. We hope you'll stay tuned to SRN for tomorrow's Heartland Conference Game of the Week, showcasing some of the best small college football in the Midwest. We look forward to seeing you then.
Six 6-0 Tigers. They score first late here in the first quarter. Tomorrow on IndianaSRN, some college football comes your way. Franklin will be home against Aurora. Catch that IndianaSRN. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock. So Barrett puts his left foot into it, and he drills one toward the near sideline, and wisely they just let it go out of bounds. So back-to-back mistakes there by Barrett, missing his first PAT of the year, and then he kicks this one off out of bounds. Our scoring recap for you for the Tigers: they go 5 plays, 43 yards, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. It was Luke Elsterman, a 12-yard receiving touchdown, his 5th score of the year.
And that play was, our drive was set up by a Jerry McGuire interception. The placement of the ball at the 35, the penalty on that kicking the ball out of bounds on a kickoff, it's 25 yards from where you kicked it. So Mater Dei will get good field position.
They run it on the first play of this drive, gaining 3 or 4 yards. By the way, our scoring drive that we just talked about, brought to you by Simplicity Furniture. They are located at 1309 North Green River Road in Evansville. Have fun shopping for furniture with the Coslets, Father Pat and sons Chase and Kelsey.
Matthew Hawkins in on the stop defensively. This could be the last play if it's a run in this first quarter.
Spencer Turner, the running back, they fake it to him. Screen pass comes near side. Leaping catch is made by Schickel. And Nolan Schickel trucks forward past the 45-yard line for a Mater Dei first down.
Trying to get back with the same kind of play, a screen, and that's their first down of the game.
And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. So Tigers do score in the last drive, but for the most part, a defensive battle between Memorial and Mater Dei. After one quarter, 6-0 Tigers here in Lowe Field on IndianaSRN.
The goal isn't graduation day. It's a better every day after. It's the first day in your new career. Your first pay raise. The 5th day of that week-long vacation. It's the first paid holiday home with your family. or the day of your last car loan payment, much sooner than you thought. At Ivy Tech Community College, we don't just care about your degree, we care about your life. Let's get started at ivytech.edu.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Memorial.
Hey, thanks for being here. You're in great hands.
Six 6-0 Tigers after one quarter. This broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. Before we get the second quarter underway, some scores throughout the SIAC, which are brought to you by Kipley's. Jasper leads Boise 7-0 first quarter. Vincennes 7, Central 0. Harrison on top of Castle 7-0, and Wrights leads North 14-0 at the Wrights Bowl. Also one college football score, IU thumping Indiana State 21-0. That is in the first half.
Try a play up the middle as Grease comes up with the stop as with the carry for the Wildcats was number 26. And Spencer Turner picks up a yard.
Turner came in 18 carries on the season, close to 100 yards.
Time of possession to the advantage of the Tigers in that first quarter. They had 17 plays for 8 minutes and 48 seconds. Mater Dei had 8 plays for 3:12.
2nd and 9. Mallory chucks it near side. Oh, a catch at the 50-yard line. Ball comes loose on the sideline, but it goes out of bounds. It was nearly an interception, nearly a fumble, but it works out for Tyler Vanover. He picks up the first down at the 41-yard line.
Quick out there. 2 Tiger defenders were right there. I think they both went for the ball and did not get the receiver. Again, good catch, good run, first down. As we can see the play there.
It's good concentration to hang on to that. Right up the gut. This is Spencer Turner. He crashes the 36-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
Alex Brashears was a man on the stop. As another stop there defensively for the Tigers, Tanner Grease. But Mater Dei in the Tiger territory as they are at the 36 of Memorial. Go to the I formation, 3 receivers left. More of a pistol look.
Yeah, handoff right up the gut, and sandwiched is Turner after a good run the play before. The Tigers defense swarms him, loses a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brashears, the initial hit.
Where you see on your screen, the quarterback always runs the sideline, one of the old school things Mater Dei still does. But I was talking with Coach earlier this week. He says despite them still doing that, they play with good tempo. They'll get to the line still fairly quickly despite having to run their quarterback to the sideline.
Well, even though both quarterbacks are underclassmen, Mallory just a sophomore, he's still on the learn.
It is 3rd and 5, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Right guard got a bit excited.
So they'll back him up 5. First penalty against Mater Dei.
So 3rd and about 10, ball resting at the 41-yard line. Early second quarter, 6-0 Memorial. They scored on their last drive, a 5-play drive, 43 yards. Elsterman with the 12-yard receiving touchdown. Empty backfield for Mallory, and it's now 3rd and 15. The left guard jumps early.
You don't like to see any penalties, and we've had 5 penalties. All 5 have been procedure penalties. Yeah. That'll drive coaches nuts.
And that'll make it 3rd and a country
mile. Mater Dei, along with Memorial, good screenplay teams. Wouldn't surprise me if Mater Dei comes up with some type of a screenplay here. Or you go long, and if it gets intercepted, it's just like a punt.
On 3rd and long, Mallory will have to throw. Pocket collapses quickly. Mallory takes off running at the 40, and he gets caught from behind by guess who? Brashears, the man that just flies around the field. maybe saved a first down, got him around the shoe tops. Mallory got to the 35-yard line, a pickup of 11, and now they have the option of going for it here on 4th and about 5.
Mallory coming in, averaging 4.5 yards a carry, stepped up and did a good job of eluding a couple tacklers.
So he moved better than I was anticipating. Had some good speed there to get away from the pursuit. We'll say officially 4th and 4.
Well, Mater Dei's defense has turned the Memorial offense on downs. The Tigers defense looking to return the favor.
They better hurry. 5 seconds on the play clock. Coach Gable calls a timeout, so we'll take it with them. The Wildcats have a 4th and 4, trailing 6-0.
Does your home's exterior need a makeover? Consider a new entry door from Lensing Building Specialties. Browse classic and modern door styles to boost your home's curb appeal. Explore our wide variety of beautiful and energy-efficient entry and patio doors. Don't worry about the work. Schedule an appointment for our skilled techs to install it for you. Get started at lensingbuildingspecialties.com and make your home feel new again.
A Rights Memorial education is now more affordable than ever. If you fit within certain income guidelines, you could receive over $6,000 of tuition assistance. Find out if you qualify for an Indiana School Choice Scholarship or other tuition assistance opportunities. Your child, your money, your choice. Visit rightsmemorial.org for more information.
Play clock was winding down. Mater Dei had to take their first time out of the half. They have a 4th and 4 from the Tigers' 35-yard line. Mallory fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, throws far sideline, juggling catch, out of bounds. Did not have possession. Would have been enough for the first down. They were going toward Tanner Halbig. Halbig caught it but didn't have possession with feet inbound, so it's a turnover on downs.
Nice job rolling to his left for a right-handed quarterback. He squares his hips, throws it out there, had the defender beat. But as Jevin said, couldn't come up with the catch, so the Tigers will get the football.
Zemer Funeral Home has served the Tri-State for over 95 years. Zemer is honored to comfort families during a time of need, and they look forward to serving local families for generations to come. That is Zemer Funeral Home. Tigers' last scoring drive was relatively quick. 5 plays, 43 yards. This one starts from their own 35-yard line, I formation, with Baker and Road on play action. Fisher in the pocket, has to move to his right. Looks like a hold. Throws to Donovan Baker. Juggling catch. Nope. Dropped it incomplete. Wouldn't have mattered anyways. The hold against the Tigers.
So that'll cost him 10.
That's the first one we've had that's not a false start penalty, right?
That's right. Not what Coach Hurley was looking for after stopping on down. So that'll march him back 10.
So they spotted the 25-yard line, 1st and 20 now.
Mater Dei 4 down linemen, and they are really crowded. They've got basically 7, 8 guys rolling up one of the corners in the box with man-to-man in the secondary defensively. Now with the 3 receivers, they kind of played them up in the zone a little bit.
Quick hitter. Pass is caught right on the line of scrimmage. Now coming back near side is Will Petke, and Petke is brought down at the 20-yard line. So backwards the Tigers go once again. They have 2nd and forever. That was something different with Petke.
Yep, he'll fill in just about any position. Backup quarterback as well, and a loss of 4, they say. He came all the way from the right side and came back and passed up about 7 or 8 defenders, but not before he got stopped, before he could turn upfield.
So yeah, the 10-yard holding penalty, then a loss of 4. It's 2nd and 24. Back at their own 21-yard line. Well, it's going to be 2nd and even longer.
Flag on play is false start against the Tigers.
Well, we've had 7 first downs in the game. We've also had 7 penalties for both teams.
Well, they're about to run out of room if they keep going backwards. Getting closer to the end zone.
I might run out of space on my score sheet.
I don't think Coach Hurley's laughing on that far sideline, by the way.
I don't think Coach Gable's real happy about their penalties either. What do you think the topic of discussion, or at least one of the top high on the list at halftime?
2nd and 29. Fisher with a screen pass to Rode, and that was almost intercepted. Just kind of lobbed it to Rode. It went off his left hand. I don't know how many plays you have for 3rd and 29, but you better use it now.
And Noah Simmons was the man that almost came up with it. You could have a quick kick here because Matthew Fisher is a quarterback who also punts. So that's not out of the realm of part of the repertoire.
That way Mater Dei wouldn't have someone returning the kick, but doesn't appear to be the case here.
He'll be up there, then he could back up.
3rd and long, coming back for it is Elsterman. Got a block, 20-yard line. Elsterman, 30, 35, 40. He's got the first down. The Tigers pull something out of the bag on a simple wide receiver screen pass. They got a block and let Elsterman use his speed into Mater Dei territory. First down, Tigers.
That quick screen out there, a single-man screen. It starts from the Memorial 14 as 3-step drop. Give it to Elsterman. Speeds by 1, gets a couple downfield blocks, accelerates. Good pursuit, but it goes from the 14 of Memorial to the 41 of Mater Dei, a first down.
Boy, how deflating is that if you're the Tigers defense? They have to bounce back quickly here. 1st and 10 from the 41. This is McCool. Flag flies, stumbling. McCool to the 35-yard line. Stiff arms, still on his feet. 25-20, and McCool is ripped out of bounds, but I think the flag will bring it back.
Yeah, that was a 45-yard hookup with Fisher to Elsterman to flip the field, but they'll back him up 10 again. And the hold actually happens 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So in essence, a 12-yard penalty.
So they will back the Tigers up to the 49-yard line. That is their own 49.
6 penalties, 40 yards.
So this is 1st and about 22 yards.
Mater Dei putting a lot of pressure on Fisher, and Coach Hurley, the offensive coordinator, calling the plays, trying to negate that pressure with those quick screen plays.
They fake it to Rode. Fisher in the pocket, spins one toward the Tigers sideline. Too tall for Luke Dockery, the sophomore wide receiver, couldn't go up and get it.
This drive started on the Memorial 35-yard line as the defense forced them on downs. That came with 8:40. Seemed like we had more than just about a minute and a half off the clock on this possession. A lot of penalties, stoppage of play, and complete passes as well.
Tigers got out of a 3rd and 29 on this drive. Now they have a 2nd and about 22.
They go with an eye. Brochier's the blocking back.
This is Rode off left tackle, and Rode is able to slither through into Mater Dei territory to the 47, a pickup of 4.
Brochier's over the right guard, but Rode goes left side.
It'll be 3rd and 16.
Well, they've got to get to the Mater Dei 31 to keep the sticks going. This is where, again, you might see a long pass. Get good blocking up front.
They'll go I formation again. Brochures lines up as the fullback. On play action, Fisher pump fakes. Not much there. Fisher lost the football. Now he dives on it. It's rolling, and it goes. Did it go out of bounds, or did Mater Dei come up with it? Waiting for a signal. The Mater Dei player was there, but did he grab it before it went out of bounds?
I think it went out of bounds.
So the Tigers now we backed up 4th and forever, and they'll have to punt.
Second time Fisher's put the ball on the turf on the season. Fortunately for the Tigers, not losing either one of them.
So you know how, Mike, at the end of the season, they probably put together a highlight tape with the best drives and plays. That drive won't be on it if you're a Tiger fan.
If you're a modern-day defense team, they might have that.
That was a quirky drive for sure.
Actually, they only had a net gain of 2 yards on this whole possession.
That was a lot of work to get 2 yards. So Fisher will have to punt it away. He had a short kick his first time. He's been pretty good this year, though, in the punting game. This one a better kick. High in the air. Fair catch at the 22-yard line by Tanner Halbig. So there's 6:06 left on our Acute Lawn and Landscape scoreboard. Acute Lawn and Landscape will help with the design and installation of your landscaping project. Need help removing those annoying fall leaves? They also offer leaf cleanup. Call 812-455-7400 or search Acute Lawn and Landscape on Facebook. Your yard can look sharp with Acute Lawn and Landscape.
41-yard punt, no return, so Mater Dei go back up on offense.
From their own 22-yard line. Halbig hands off. Running back Wyatt Stratman fighting to get positive yards. Maybe gets 1 or 2.
Broshears and Grease on the stop.
So it's 2nd and 9. Only score of the game came very late in the first quarter from the Tigers. Here comes a quick hitter. Halbig catches, and the Tigers sniff that one out. Broshears was there quickly, along with Sam Nichols, and they crunched Halbig. That's a loss, 3rd and long.
Halbig, he's just happy he was able to hang on to that ball because he had Alex Broshears coming down on him. Loss of 2 or 3.
They'll say a loss of 3, so it's 3rd and 12. It's be a big stop for the Tigers defense here because you could play field position a bit, a chance to give the offense a good starting position. Trips far side, single wide receiver near side, 3rd and 12. We'll see if the sophomore Mallory can come through. They feed it into the flat, and it's bobbled by Wyatt Stratman. 4th down, 3 and out.
Remember how many plays that the Tigers had on their last possession, Jevin? They didn't gain but 2 yards.
I believe it was 7 or 8 plays.
Make it 8. So deep will be Elsperman and McCool. They'll stand just inside midfield.
So here comes the punt. Oh, a low line drive kick angled toward Schultz. He lets it bounce, takes a Mater Dei hop, and dies at the 47-yard line. Thanks to Melk for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. At Melk, they have all your commercial, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing needs. At Melk, big projects, big solutions.
37-yard punt, no return. So with 4:37 left on the clock, the Tigers just the only team to score a touchdown here so far here at Enlow Field in the Hunger Bowl, sponsored by the Knights of Columbus. Memorial will get great field position. They'll mark it on the Tigers 47.
Tigers trying to get organized here. Will Petke is under center at quarterback as they go I formation. Petke hands off to Porter Road, trying to stretch it out to the far side. Maybe gets a yard or 2.
Some concern whether maybe when Fisher fumbled the ball, he might not be in there because of not being at full health. Petke coming in limited action. He's completed all 3 of his passes for 122 yards. That was an 87-yard touchdown to Connor O'Donohue. So Will Petke, the senior, being called on to keep this drive alive.
So it's 2nd and 9 after that 1-yard gain from a Porter Road. Petke hands it off again, and it's another short gain. Good tackle there by Nate McDermott, the junior for Mater Dei. 3rd and 8. Clock moves inside of 4 minutes.
Evan on it with the glasses, looking to see if Fisher is on the sidelines. They'll bring up a third down, 3rd and long. And not only is Fisher the quarterback, he's also the punter. Porter Road has done a lot of punting for the Tigers as well. We might see him there kicking it away.
So Petke takes off running right side. Now burst his speed past the 50-yard line to the 48. It is 4th and 4 now, and Tigers might have to punt again here, coming up on 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Mater Dei will get the football to start the second half. They won the toss and deferred.
Noah Simmons also on the stop.
So the Tigers on 4th and 4. Maybe trying to get a hard count here to get Mater Dei to jump off sides. Play clock still at 15 seconds. Petke looking toward that sideline.
Landon Horning also in the backfield.
Yeah, timeout is taken by Memorial, so we'll step aside here with just over 2.5 to go in the first half. Still 6-0 Tigers.
Melk, located in Evansville, Indiana, provides mechanical, electrical, and plumbing solutions nationwide. We deliver quality service to the industrial, commercial, and healthcare industries. If you have a big project, we bring big solutions. That includes designing and installing green energy systems that benefit your business. Our in-depth knowledge and commitment to safety make us the perfect partner in MEP contracting. Contact us for an estimate on your next project. Melk, big projects, big solutions.
Why do our students love Wrights Memorial?
Memorial helps me find the right rhythm on stage and in my education. I believe in developing my craft.
I believe in building a community.
And now, I believe I can hit the right notes in all aspects of life.
Showcase your talents at Wrights Memorial.
Still 6-0 is our score. Memorial in front. It's called a timeout. Looks like Porter Road now will punt again. Matthew Fisher was not the quarterback that last drive. Tigers go 3 and out. Was looking in that far sideline. They were tending to Fisher's right arm as Road with a high kick. Good hang time. Bounce at the 15-yard line, and he'll scoot inside the 10 all the way down to the 5-yard line. Well done, Porter Road. He was the punter quite a bit last year. There's no rust on that right foot, and Mater Dei is backed up at their own 4.
44-yard punt. Punts inside the 20.
So the Wildcats here try to move the football a little bit, even if they don't score. Their goal is not to give it back to the Tigers here in the first half. Tigers defense has forced 1 turnover tonight. Here's a simple handoff up the middle for a yard. Each team with 2 timeouts left.
Carrying the ball for Mater Dei was Jackie Ford, a sophomore, as Baker, along with Hawkins, in on the stop. Give him a gain of a yard on the play.
Mater Dei will let this clock tick down as much as they can here.
As you said, they'll get the ball to start second half. They won the toss and deferred.
It's 2nd and 9. Mallory on play action, rolls out in the end zone. Flag fly, throws across the middle. It's caught shy of the 10-yard line. On the reception is Spencer Turner, but that's going to be erased. There was a hold.
Decision time. He picks up about 4. Do you burn the down and make it 3rd and long, or do you move him back just about 2 or 3 yards and give him another down?
Coach Hurley's wanting a safety, saying that the hold came in the end zone.
The flag's on the 1.
Mallory, the quarterback, was rolling out in the end zone, but the hold was in front of him. So now the VAR official is chatting with head coach John Hurley, trying to see what he wants to do, whether he accepts this penalty or declines it.
Big decision here. Still with 1:39 and 2 timeouts if he can force a punt.
So they're going to decline the penalty, and it'll be 3rd down.
So give him a pickup of 4 on the play. And Zemer along with Brochures on the stop.
Ball was caught by Turner at the 9-yard line. So it's 3rd and 5. Big play here late in the first half. Tigers trying to get off the field defensively.
Got a timeout call. Didn't see who.
Well, no one ever signaled. So we'll keep it here, though, and check the SIAC scoreboard, which is brought to you by Kipley's. Jasper leads Boise 14-6 in the second quarter. Wrights with a 2-score lead at home against North, 21-7. Bit of a surprising score here. Second quarter, Harrison 7, Castle 7. And Vincennes leads Central at home at 21-0. Also that college football score update. They're in the second quarter in Bloomington. IU leads Indiana State 21-0. Well, they have not taken a timeout off either side, so I still don't know who called the timeout. Maybe the clock operator doesn't know either.
Well, we're going to find out how it's going to unfold on this next play. As Memorial and scores on their 3rd possession of the game on a 12-yard pass from Luke Elsperman from Matthew Fisher. The extra point was no good. And that's the only scoring as Memorial, they've posted 2 shutouts, so their defense is pretty good statistic-wise, but Mater Dei, who came into this game giving up 89 points, 30 points a game, they've, except for one play, have pitched a shutout as well.
So Mater Dei was the one that took the timeout according to our scoreboard. They're down to 1 left. 3rd down, and they need 4 yards for the first down. It was a direct snap to Stratman. He is going to be walled up, shy of the first down, and now Memorial will call a timeout. They'll have, once they get the ball back, about 80 seconds to work with and 1 timeout in their back pocket. We'll take a timeout here on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Tiger special team had some big plays week 1 and week 2 in their wins against Jasper and North. They'll try to come a big play here as Mater Dei will have to punt from their own end zone. Halbig will kick it, and it is Luke Elshman, who is a good return man, back at the 45-yard line.
He's the only return man, so they might be going for the block.
Yep. Have to get rid of it quickly here. Halbig does. Pretty good kick away from Elshman. He lets it bounce at the 43-yard line. And it just kind of sits there. Rolls gently to the 49-yard line, make it the 50. And so the Tigers will have 75 seconds to work with and 1 timeout. Also, they have a pretty good field goal kicker in Pate Barrett. You get within 35 yards, that's about his max, at least from what we've seen from the sophomore kicker. Again, last drive, Matthew Fisher was not the quarterback, it was Will Petke. Tigers ran the ball 3 times and had to punt. Fisher still having his right arm tended to as he's seated on the Tigers sideline. Petke again the quarterback, back-to-back drives. Rode the running back to his right hip. Tigers still leading 6-0. Petke to throw here on 1st and 10. In the pocket, he has some time. Now he's flushed out, looking, throws across his body. It's picked off. Halbig with the interception at the midfield stripe. And now Mater Dei's in business with 1 timeout left and just over a minute to go. So Petke throws an INT.
Rolling to his left is Petke, and he had Elsperman open. Ball kind of sailed down a little bit, but as you can see, he's going to be getting a little pressure. Comes out, and a good catch and a good return of about 5 yards. Maybe give him 6, as Mater Dei in good field position now.
So now they're thinking a score before the break. Starts in Tigers territory at the 49-yard line. Mallory looks to throw. 3-step drop, now shuffles to his left. He'll heave one far sideline off target, looking for Tanner Halbig, who just had that interception. Incomplete pass, 2nd down.
Each team with 1 INT now.
That's the first Tigers turnover of 2023.
Comes in a tough situation. They're late in the first half with a chance to maybe go up 2 scores. Now Mater Dei, a chance to tie or even go ahead.
2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Mallory, the quarterback, keeps it himself. He is drugged down from behind by Donovan Baker. Mallory gets 2 yards at the 47. Clock moves with 51 seconds. Again, each team with 1 timeout left.
3rd and long. This Coach Gable, we can see on the sidelines, Mike Gable wearing a sling because he had shoulder surgery 3 weeks ago. He might just want to take this down to 000 and go in and regroup.
Tigers.
I don't think so. I think he's going to go for the bundle.
Play clock inside of 10 seconds. On 3rd down, Mallory will just hand off to the running back, and that is Spencer Turner, who is brought down from behind. It's a loss of a couple of yards. Tigers do have a timeout left, but they will just let the clock run out. And that will be our halftime score. On paper, not necessarily what we expected, but 6-0 Tigers.
Brian Morphew was the man on the tackle for loss.
And the concern on the Memorial sideline is with their starting quarterback, junior Matthew Fisher, who did not play the last 2 drives for the Tigers. And we'll see if he's back on the field to start the second half. Mater Dei will receive the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter. We'll come back and recap the first half next. 6-0 Tigers here on IndianaSRN.
Since 1973, People's Furniture and Mattress Outlet has been operated by 3 generations of the Flitner family. From Stan Sr. to Stan Jr., and now Stan's daughter Susan and her husband Jacob. For the last 50 years, customer service and quality home furnishings has been their goal. Other furniture stores may come and go, but People's Furniture and Mattress Outlet will show you how easy it can get for the next 50 years.
People's Furniture and Mattress Outlet, how easy can it get?
Evansville's original pizza since 1955? Why, it's Rocca Bar Pizza, of course. 17 incredible specialty pizzas. Mega Meat, Chicken Barbecue, Rocco Pesto, and Bacon Cheeseburger. Or how about Quesadilla, Chicken Bacon Ranch, Hawaiian Margarita around the world, and their breakfast pizza. Plus all your favorites. Oh yeah, don't forget about their signature salad. It's like none other. Dine in, carry out, or catered. Rediscover Evansville's original and still the best Rocca Bar Pizza.
Halftime here at Enloe Field, a defensive battle. Memorial leads Mater Dei 6-0 with Mike Scavara. I'm Jevin Redman. We recap the first half, and the only scoring drive was late first quarter. Tigers go 5 plays, 43 yards, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. It was a 12-yard pass from Matthew Fisher to Luke Elsperman. For Fisher, it was his 8th touchdown of the season, Elsperman's 5th scoring grab. But right now the concern for the Tigers, despite being up at halftime, is their starting quarterback.
Definitely so, and we'll see what happens when Will Petke comes out and plays quarterback. You know, not a lot of offense. Jeff and I have unofficially Memorial 101 yards offense, but Mater Dei even less, 36 yards of total offense. Memorial, all 6 first downs by the pass. Modern Day, they had only 2 first downs. That was throwing ball as well. Penalties hurt the Tigers a lot. 6 for 40 yards, a couple of holds, and 4 procedure penalties. Modern Day had a couple of procedure penalties. As time of possession, Modern Day had the ball 10 minutes and 18 seconds. Memorial 13-42.
Halftime show coming up next with Tucker Smith. 6-0 Tigers here at Inlow Field.
Support the local economy and save more when you shop at the Pet Food Center. We have over 6,000 pet-related items for dogs, cats, birds, fish, reptiles, turtles, rabbits, hamsters, gerbils, and more. Anything you want for your pet, we've got it. Includes full lines of the best pet food, birdseed, a full line of heated pet products, pet clothing, toys, and more. Walk in, curbside pickup, shop online, and free local delivery.
Anything you want for your pet, we've got it. The Pet Food Center.
Why do our students love Wrights Memorial?
Because our academics prepare students to succeed in college and in life.
I believe in educating our students to their highest potential. I believe in creating a welcoming, faith-based learning environment. And I believe a memorial education is the foundation for a bright future.
Explore the endless possibilities at Wrights Memorial.
Hello and welcome back to Inlow Field for the 7th annual Hunger Bowl here at Inlow Field. It's the Orange Bowl, or the Orange Leaf halftime show here. This is Tucker Smith, your halftime show guest. Feeder football night here, and I've got special guest Andy Tising here, the director of the feeder football program at Memorial. Andy, how you doing?
Doing fine. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you being here. 2009 alumni, I know that, and we appreciate you being here and doing everything that you do for Memorial football and the feeder program. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do for the program.
Yeah, happy to. Memorial football, I guess, first and foremost, means a whole lot to me. That's the reason I'm here. I moved back to the Evansville area after, 8 years away or so, and Coach Hurley called me, hey, I'm looking for somebody to help take over the league. Memorial Youth Football and Memorial High School football was a formative time in my life, and I wanted to pay that forward. This is my 6th year helping to facilitate the youth football program. We've got 1st grade through 6th grade that we consider youth football players before they move on to Cub. So 1st and 2nd grade are playing flag football, and then there's a 3rd and 4th grade tackle division and a 5th and 6th grade tackle division. And we've just seen tremendous growth. That's testament to the job that Coach Hurley and his staff do, that Christian Mosick and Aaron Schmidt do. It's a holistic program. So I'm a data guy. I don't mean to bore you with the details, but year 1, we had 154 kids in the feeder program 6 years ago. This year we have 214. So
Wow.
Despite being a data guy, I'm not a math whiz. That's like 30% growth.
Yeah, it's huge.
Something we're really proud of, and that's not one person. That's, like I said, a holistic effort.
Takes a village for sure, and I know we've talked about before this, we kind of talked about success breeds success, and I think it shows a lot to what the program has been the last couple of years based off of the way that feeder program has grown too. With the success of the high school program, all of that feeds into it, correct?
Absolutely. What I tell the kids, I'll make a sign-up sheet that we post in the locker room on Monday or Tuesday. High school kids, you need to show up and work, because these young kids, they don't want to see me, right? They don't want to see some old 35-year-old man with gray hair coaching and refereeing flag football. They want to hear Michael Lindauer. They want to hear Fish. They want to hear Schultz. Those are the names they want to hear, and I hope the high school kids appreciate that. They may not yet, but they will. And it's definitely something I try to instill in them as much as I can.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a big deal for these young kids looking up to these high schoolers. I think, like you said, the high schoolers may not see it at this point in their lives, how much it might mean to them, but later on down the road, I think they absolutely will. So I know it takes a lot of manpower, a lot of money to be able to put together a program like what you've got. So I know we want to talk about the sponsors and what they do to help your program out. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Yep. So tonight we handed out, almost 400 shirts for youth football night. people love T-shirts. So on the back of our T-shirts, if anybody sees them around town, you'll see a couple of sponsors I'd like to thank. So Scott Stratman, attorney, People's Furniture and Mattress Outlets, owned by my friend Jacob Hawley and his wife Susan. Jacob's a sideline coach, loves to be involved in the program. My father, Insurance and Business Planning, Steve Tising, Greer's Flooring America, Matt Gilliam at Storm Guard, Peace of Mind Counseling. My brother, Stephen Tising at KDDK Attorney at Law. Casey Keon, he's opening up Casey's Dugout here in March of 24. I think everybody in the Memorial community is excited about that.
Yeah, that's going to be on Lincoln Avenue, right?
Yep. Pizza Subs, come and see it. He's got some pretty sweet memorabilia planned for the walls, too, I'm helping out with.
Cool.
And then Mitch Schultz at the Weikert Realty Group, Gerald's Barbershop, and Icon Concrete Coating. And that's just this year. There's been a lot of folks who have helped us in the past. We've done a lot of good things with youth sports equipment, which I'm happy to get into. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank John Wanling at Control Specialists. They've always been a big supporter of the youth football program. So thanks to those folks. If you're watching tonight and would like to be involved in some way, please reach out to me. I'm not too hard to find.
So I know I'm a product of that feeder program. You're a product of that feeder program, but obviously it's changed over the years a little bit, especially you've been director of it for the last 6 years. Is that correct?
Yes.
So what kind of changes or success have you seen in that program from the time that you took it over compared to now? And I don't mean necessarily numbers-wise, but just any other successes that you've seen.
Yeah. I'm certainly proud of the numbers and the growth we've seen, but there are other things you do that help lead to those results, that in-state, right? So a couple years ago, the grade school athletic directors, there's too many to name and I'll accidentally forget one, so I'll refrain, were gracious enough to say, hey, Memorial, can you take over this league? Are you willing to take over this league? And we did. So that kind of opened a can of worms, a very fortunate can of worms, which is we had to buy all new equipment. So we went out and raised $26,000, brought all new equipment 2 years ago to ensure our kids are outfitted with the safest, newest equipment possible, right? We want to be the premier youth sports program in Evansville. Obviously, the focus is on East Side Catholic schools, but we really don't turn anybody away who wants to be a part of our culture and begin to get inculcated in what we do here at Memorial. But the program has changed so much. When I was playing, goodness, I graduated Holy Rosary in 2005. So it was what I call a captured league. Holy Rosary was paired with Christ the King. St. Teresa was paired with Good Shepherd. And these teams would just play each other. Well, there's more competition in the world today, right? There's travel baseball year-round. There's travel soccer. Lacrosse didn't exist until my senior year of high school. So kids have more opportunities, and that's a good thing. But it's changed the way we've had to operate. So I work with a gentleman at Central, a gentleman at North, and we kind of have a small city league. But our kids are wearing Memorial on their chest from the time they're in first grade, and that's what we want to build that culture. There's a league out on the west side that we've never really found a way to mesh our two leagues together. I know Castle's got their own league, same thing. They kind of keep it as a self-contained captured league. So we're getting by, but it's not lost on me that every year we have to look at the numbers and make the best decision we can to get the games we need. The coaches and kids work so hard for them to only get 4 or 5 games. To me, that's unacceptable.
Sure.
So that's my main focus year to year.
Absolutely. Well, again, we appreciate everything that you do, and for Memorial and for the feeder program and all of that. Is there anything else that you want to leave anybody with before we leave tonight?
No. Like I said, Memorial means a lot to me. I've challenged some of my classmates in years past that, hey, look, whatever Memorial means to you, find a way to give it back. Find a way to give back twofold what you received. And if I played football at Memorial from the time I was in first grade to kindergarten, I may bellyache about some of the headaches of youth football, but I'm at year 6.
Sure. I
got a couple to go before I paid back my debt. And if you don't share that mindset, I'd challenge you to adopt that mindset. I think the community would benefit from everybody giving just 1% more.
I completely agree with you, and there's a lot of people at Memorial that do put in the time and the effort and everything else to make Memorial what it is today, but obviously it takes a village, like I said earlier, and we appreciate everybody helping out. We could always use more help, though. And speaking of that, we do have our 15th annual steak night coming up next Saturday, September 16th. It's a part of a whole alumni weekend. Friday night, it's going to be the homecoming lawn party before the football game with a parade from school to Inlow Field of the homecoming court. Football game versus Harrison High School, again at Inlow Field. And then Saturday morning, soccer games all morning long. Both men and women's soccer are going on all morning long on Saturday. School tours are going to start at 3 p.m. Alumni Mass will start at 4, and then steak night from 5 to 11. This year we're going to have live music again, drinks, food. We'll have late night snacks, pizza from Donato's Pizza as well. And then we'll have a live silent auction as well. It'll all be online. So for those alumni that are listening and can attend steak night event, we will have the silent auction. You'll be able to do all of that online this year. So it's an exciting addition we've got. If you need tickets, please buy them online on EventLink, or you can find your favorite Memorial athlete for tickets to steak night. Again, this is your Orange Leaf Halftime Show. I'm Tucker Smith. Thanks again to special guest Andy Tising, Director of Feeder Football League here at Inlow Field. You're watching Memorial Football on IndianaSRN.
Licensed Sports Official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 21 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Back here at Inlow Field, halftime. The Tigers lead the Wildcats 6-0. Alongside Mike Scavara, I'm Jevin Redmond. And Mike, you have some thank yous to give out for this week's broadcast.
Well, each and every week we have players out on the field, but we have a lot of folks helping us here at IndianaSRN put the game on. And this week it's no different for Mater Dei. We'd like to thank President Dan Niemeyer, Principal Darren Knight, Athletic Director Joe Herman, Head Football Coach Mike Gable, and Tara Schnur for all their help and assistance in getting information, putting it together, and putting our game plan together as well. Of course, at Memorial all season long. Big thank you to Christian Mosick, Principal Aaron Schmidt, the Athletic Director Chad Dockery, Head Football Coach John Hurley, and Administrative Assistant to the Athletics Patty Van. Without their efforts, we would not be able to get you all this information, bring you this ball game here tonight here at Inlow Field. And so a big thank you to those two teams and two schools. And a big thank you again to all of our sponsors all season long, our season-long sponsors, our in-game sponsors, and our logo sponsors. Certainly, please use their goods and services and give them a big thank you when you go into their business for all the help and effort that they put on in order to have Jevin and I and Chuck Levine, our producer, and Daniel Thacker, our cameraman, put this game on here on IndianaSRN.
Before we take our last break here on our halftime show, Tigers in front. Mater Dei will get the football first, but again, there is some concern with Matthew Fisher. He didn't play the final two offensive drives. It was Will Petke, the backup quarterback. Petke threw one interception, and then the drive before that, they just ran the ball 3 times and eventually had to punt. So let's have the conversation of if Fisher can't go, Petke is your backup quarterback. How do you adjust if you're the Tigers?
Well, the run game will have to be prominent, and Mater Dei will come away with probably an 8, maybe sometimes 9-man line to stop that. So have that. Will Petke, is a good quarterback. Will could probably play for a lot of the teams here in the SIAC as well. An intelligent player. He was one of our player profiles here for tonight's game. He was 3 of 3 coming in. He's thrown a touchdown pass. So it's not like it's a doom and gloom with Will Petke at quarterback, but he's going to have to rise to the occasion, as the rest of his teammates, not only on offense, but defensively from Mater Dei. They've got to generate some semblance of offense. Again, unofficially, I had the Wildcats for only 36 yards. Offense, the Tigers 101. Penalties hurt the Tigers a little bit more than they did Mater Dei. It's all about Mater Dei getting there, as we looked at the keys for the game, in Mater Dei to get the passing game going, Memorial get the run game going, and both defenses playing well.
Now, despite Fisher leaving the game, he was out there for most of that first half, and the Wildcats defense only gave up 6 points. What impressed you most about the Mater Dei defense? Because, again, on paper, we haven't seen them in person yet, but on paper, they're giving up close to 30 points a game.
Well, a very good swarming defense. And they've got 3 or 4 guys back from that state championship team. In fact, again, 2 guys, Spencer Turner along with Wyatt Stratman, who are 3-year starters. So they've rallied the cause. And, you know, whenever you got Mater Dei and Memorial playing, not only is it the physical talent, it's the mental talent. I guess in short, what team wants the ball game more? And you guys think about it. I'm sure Coach Gable and his staff has reminded them the fact that they've lost the last 6 games to Memorial in this series, even though they lead 45-30-2. So that's got to be a motivating factor. While the Memorial Tigers, they've got to rally on the fact that you know, they're still winning. And if they keep on doing the things they do in the first half and don't give any points and don't even score any more points, they're going to win the football game. So it'll be interesting what conversations were made at halftime, what adjustments we'll see in the second half.
And watching the Tigers warm up here before the start of the second half, it looks like it is Will Petke who is warming up. So Fisher trotting back on the field late. So we'll see if it's Petke or Fisher to start the third quarter. We'll have to wait a bit because Mater Dei gets the football first. Second half is next here on IndianaSRN.
That can get you in the career that is right for you. Ivy Tech Community College has over 70 career-focused programs to get you into the job that you want. Ivy Tech offers programs in the latest technologies such as robotics and cybersecurity. Demand for nurses has never been higher. In fact, more nurses have graduated from Ivy Tech than any other college. Take the first step with an affordable education at Ivy Tech Community College. Go to ivytech.edu for more information and to apply now.
For 95 years, Zimmer Funeral Home has been committed to providing peace of mind at a difficult time. Our family has proudly served the Evansville community since 1927. As we enter into our 4th generation era, our professional and caring staff works hard creating meaningful ceremonies to meet the special needs of each family. We are proud to celebrate 95 years of business in the Tri-State. Zimmer Funeral Home is honored to help comfort families during their time of need. Thank you for trusting our family with your family.
Just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Glad you are with us alongside Mike Scovara. I'm Jevin Redman. Some scores elsewhere. Thanks to Tucker Smith for not only hosting the halftime show, but providing some scores. Jasper leads Boise 22-6 second quarter. Wright's on top of North 21-7. Castle has now created some separation against Harrison 21-7 as that score. Knights in front. Vincennes cruising past Central 28-zip. And at halftime in Bloomington, college football tonight, IU 24, Indiana State 7. And we look ahead a bit for these two teams after tonight. For Mater Dei, they will be home the next 2 weeks at the Wrights Bowl. They'll take on Jasper week 5. That is next Friday, and then North the following week. So really a stretch of 3 tough games here. Week 7, they'll be back here at Inlow Field taking on Boise. For the Tigers, they're back here at Inlow Field the next 2 weeks, home against Harrison, and they take on Boise. That is technically a road game, but of course will be played here. And then week 7 will be the big matchup with Wrights at the Wrights Bowl. But right now, the Tigers with some business still to take care of, trying to move to 4-0 on the season, and they're in front 6-0, and the Tigers will have to kick off to start the third quarter.
You know, I think Tucker Smith's had to add a couple pages to his resume because he does about everything over at Memorial and helping out, and certainly helps us out at halftime, gives us a little break as well. I know Chuck Levine, and he still has to keep working all through the entire game as our producer, but big thank you to him and Daniel Thacker as well. It's 24 minutes of football. Well, they ought to be interesting.
They always tell you to keep the resume to 1 page, but Tucker keeps his at about 3 pages.
That's right. I think so. And deservedly so, too.
Well, I mentioned before the last break that it was Petke who was warming up on the sideline for the Tigers. We did see Fisher come out moments after that. He did try to throw the football. Didn't look like he was turning it loose necessarily. So we'll see who Memorial trots out there when they get the football here in the third quarter. But for now, the Tigers defense, who has not given up any points since week 1 against Jasper.
Yeah, that was third quarter even. Yeah. Kicking off will be Pate Barrett.
Yeah, Pate Barrett for the Tigers. Right to left on your screen. And we're ready for second half action. Barrett with a line drive kick, wobbling toward the far sideline, will be returned from around the 15. This is Halbig to the 20. Halbig's in space, 30. 35-yard line, cuts it far sideline, 45, and he is angled out of bounds. So special teams with a spark for the Wildcats. They'll get the ball near midfield.
Nice job there. Ball bounced around. Actually, we're probably down and closer to the 10, but in any case, he did a good job. Shortest distance between 2 points. He went straight upfield, made a couple of cuts about the 30-yard line, accelerated past a couple more defenders, and Mater Dei in great field position at their own 48.
We've seen Mater Dei a few times tonight get good starting field position, but they have not been able to cash in just yet. Tate Mallory, the sophomore quarterback, huddles up his group. This drive will start from their own 48-yard line.
See what wrinkles they come up with. They come out of two tight ends.
They're going to run it on first down. This is Stratman off left tackle, and he gets into Tiger territory. A pickup of 3 on the first offensive play of the second half.
And on the stop for the Tigers, coming up with the tackle is Tander Grease. Yeah, that was just power football there. They had one guy flanked out to the left, I formation, and they just ran the football right there. We'll see what happens this next formation.
This Wildcat offense came in averaging at 20 points per game through their first 3 contests, but held scoreless in the first half. They run it on back-to-back plays, and there's a large hole right up the middle. Linemen doing their job for Wyatt Stratman, who takes it to the Tigers' 40-yard line. First down, Mater Dei.
First rushing first down for either team comes early in the third quarter. And so far, Mater Dei and the coaching staff and the players says, we're just going to go just old-time run football. And our front 5 is going to be better than your front 7 defensively.
So both runs have been Wyatt Stratman, the 5'11 senior. He came in with just 13 carries all season long. Stratman for a third consecutive play. Keeps those feet moving and plunges through line of scrimmage. Knocked down shy of the 35, a pickup of 4.
Just making piles, moving the football, give him 4.
Looks like Matthew Hawkins, the junior defensive tackle, got credit for that takedown. It's 2nd and 6.
Also limits your chances of a turnover. Lead blocker, same play.
Another run right up the middle. It's another first down. Aggressive running from Stratman, and the Wildcats have the ball inside the red zone for the first time tonight.
4 plays, same 4 plays. They go from their own 48 inside to the 19.
And they're inside that Peace of Mind red zone. Old school football here to start the third quarter. And Tigers leading 6-0. They scored late in the first quarter, but Barrett missed a PAT for the first time this year. We'll see how large that looms as this game progresses.
You can run that play, then do a little play action.
That's what they do here as the quarterback, Mallory, keeps it himself, and he tiptoes out of bounds around the 15-yard line. He got 4 or 5 yards. That was play number 5 of this drive.
Good speed around the end. They lost contain. And you might go back to that I formation tailback between the guards.
Just underway, second half. This is the first drive of the second half, and they run it again. Flags fly before the snap. It was going to be a tackle for loss. Memorial's defense is thinking, hey, we don't want the penalty, let it go. But instead, it's a false start, so now it's 2nd and 11.
We've had 2 hold penalties in the game, both by Memorial, and we've now had 7 procedure penalties against both of these teams total.
Backs it back up to the 20-yard line, so it's 2nd and 11. Before the penalty, again, that was the first time Mater Dei had been inside the red zone all night long. On play action, Mallory running near side, and he gets clobbered just inside the 20-yard line. Looked like that play was going to develop for a large chunk of yards, but Mallory gets some punishment there, and it's a short gain.
J.J. Lowry, the sophomore, inserted in there on the secondary, came up with the stop. Give him a gain of a couple. So that'll bring up a third down. Wide side of the field to the left.
Mater Dei sideline was unhappy with one of their wide receivers who missed a block on that play. So it's just a yard gain, and it's 3rd and 10 now.
I have, looking at the Mater Dei stats, not making a field goal so far.
Right. Johnny Ite is a junior kicker for them. He has not attempted a field goal yet this year. 3rd and 10. Here's a reverse. They come near sideline. Halbig had his team, cuts it inside, makes a couple of men miss, and Halbig is taken down. A flag flies in late. They got the first down on the play. We might have a face mask attack onto it as well. Mater Dei in business now. That was a 7th play of this drive.
Nice job there. They roll to the left, but they bring out the running back, Halbig, from the left to the right. And the flag inside the market at about the 8 where he was tackled. Face mask, half the distance.
So now it's 1st and goal. And the Tigers defense in danger, giving up their first point since week 1.
Mater Dei with a great kickoff return, and now we've got a timeout.
So timeout Tigers. Mater Dei threatening to take the lead here, early 3rd quarter.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Pet Food Center, a proud sponsor of tonight's broadcast here on IndianaSRN, with location on Evansville's east, west, and north sides, and also in Newburgh as well as Owensboro, Kentucky. Anything you want for your pet, they've got a Pet Food Center. Well, Tanner Halbig, the senior, has come up big here to start this 3rd quarter on the kickoff return, and then just picked up a first down the last play for the Wildcats. They have a 1st and goal from the 3, trailing by 6. They have ran it pretty well this entire drive, and they reset the play clock. Mater Dei coming out of the timeout.
Tight end to the left.
They've got Turner, the fullback, Stratman, the running back, here on 1st and goal from the 3. They go to Stratman right up the middle, fighting for positive yards. Not much there. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Slicing in was Tanner Grease, but he was able to elude him and put it at the 3. Maybe a half-yard gain.
Those 2 running backs that were lined up with a running back and fullback. Stratman does not have a rushing touchdown yet this year. Spencer Turner has 2. No gain, 2nd and goal from the 3. Same formation once again as Mallory goes under center. Here's the handoff. Stratman off right tackle, had a steam near the goal line, down to the 1. Pickup of 2. This next play will be play number 10 of the drive, 3rd and goal from the 1.
Alex Brashears, the touchdown-saving tackle. You might even see a keeper here by Mallory. They faked it, drive. But knowing Coach Gable, he's going to play power football here.
Both sides start to make some noise. Tigers faithful trying to rally behind their defense. 3rd and goal from the 1. Same formation, 3rd straight play. They give it to the fullback, lunging in. Spencer Turner, he is in. Touchdown, Mater Dei. Turner's 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. And Mater Dei has tied the game up at 6. They're a PAT away from taking a lead. A 10-play drive.
10 plays in 4 minutes and 34 seconds. As they go 52 yards. 8 will try to get the lead extra point.
Johnny Ite is 6 for 6 on PATs this year. this to put Mater Dei in front early third quarter. Kick is on the way. Whoa, way left, no good. So both kickers have missed a PAT, and this game stays tied at 6. Back after this.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Our Simplicity Furniture scoring drive for Mater Dei. They start the second half with a bang. 10 plays, 52 yards, 4 minutes and 34 seconds. Spencer Turner, who lined up as the fullback, a 1-yard rushing score on 3rd and goal. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. PAT was missed to the left, so we're still tied at 6. With 7:26 to go here in the third quarter. Halbig kicks off. It's a squib kick, rolling middle of the field, scooped up around the 20-yard line. Trotting forward to the 30, 35-yard line, 40. This is Porter Road. He's tangled up at the 45-yard line. Good return by Porter. Tigers offense will get good field position, and we'll see if it's either Petke or Fisher who comes out to play quarterback.
They bent down about the 18-yard line and just accelerated up. It was a short squib kick and knocked him down at the 46, so a 28-yard return.
It is Matthew Fisher who comes out. He will start the third quarter after missing the final 2 offensive drives of the first half with the arm injury after he fumbled the ball, was diving on it, but he has a sleeve on now and appears to be okay. First play of the third quarter for the Tigers offense, and another false start penalty.
Fifth procedure penalty, 8th overall for the Tigers.
When Petke, the backup quarterback for the Tigers, the 2 offensive drives he had there in the second quarter, threw an interception, and the Tigers had a 3-and-out. But again, Matthew Fisher back in there, 1st and 15 from their own 41-yard line. With it here coming near side, trying to turn the corner.
Landon Horning.
Landon Horning gets a few of those penalty yards back. Gain of about 5 for Landon. We saw him carry the ball quite a bit last week at Central. That's his first carry tonight. And it goes for, we'll say, 6 yards.
Yeah, Horning had 10 carries for 52 yards coming into the ball game on the year.
2nd and about 10. Fisher is going to roll to his right and throw here. Looking down the field, spins one, and a sliding catch in Mater Dei territory, shy of the 35-yard line. That's the junior Simon Schultz. What a grab.
And not only that, what a throw, because he threaded it through defenders, did Matthew Fisher. As that ball goes into territory, he rolls right, gets good blocking that time, has time, and around one defender and then between 2 defenders, and very quickly the Tigers online.
They go to the ground game now with Porter Road right up the gut, and he gets a chunk of about 3. Road's been held in check again for the most part tonight. No real long runs from him.
Aiden Shoy comes in there. He's our leading tackler coming in and holds them to a couple yards pickup.
Yeah, he was number 1 in tackles coming in. He was busy in the first half as well.
Tigers have yet to pick up a first down on the run. And that's the thing we talked about. The Mater Dei defense needs to stop the pass because Mater Dei Memorial's not being able to run the ball very well.
2nd and 7. Road runs to his right now, tries to make a cut inside. He was running just outside that number 30, and he gets to the 29, a pickup of 4. It's 3rd and short now. 59, Caleb Kunkler got the tackle.
This would be about a 45-yard field goal if they don't pick up any more yards. A little out of Pate Barrett's range. So certainly 4-down territory for the Tigers. We try to duplicate Mater Dei's drive to start the half. They went down and scored. Tigers looking to replicate that.
On 3rd and 3, here's a quick pitch. Porter Road, plenty of space. First down at Memorial 20. Road lowers his shoulder, and then he's corkscrewed out of bounds, and a flag flies. Late hit, tack on more. Tigers in business. It'll be 1st and goal.
There might have been a little contact outside of the boundary. He gets it down to the 13-yard line. So that's going to be a 1st down, and they'll tack on more yardage.
Boy, Road had all kinds of space to work with there, and then also had a lead blocker up there. Luke Dockery was doing his job.
Good pursuit that time. So we'll see what the call is. So this drive started at the Memorial 46 after a good kickoff return.
Still waiting for them to spot the ball after the penalty.
Have they picked up the flag? No.
There they mark it off. I thought it should be inside the 10.
Well, it'll go from the 13 down to the 8, 7.
7, yeah.
So half the distance, 6-yard penalty.
And they're inside the Peace of Mind red zone. Memorial trying to regain the lead here on their first offensive drive of the second half. 5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Fisher out of the gun. And they motion a man right to left, jet sweep. This is Dockery trying to get a block, doesn't have much room, and he maybe gets back to line of scrimmage or loses a yard.
Take your pick. There's about 3 or 4 white shirts there as Dockery has to run 2/3 of the width of the field at 53 yards, 1 foot, and he'll let's see where they spot it.
Now Dockery comes out of the game.
Yeah, he loses a yard.
Donovan Baker back in for the Tigers. Lost a yard, so it's 2nd and goal from the 8. Baker just checked in. Will line up as the fullback. Fisher goes under center. Running back is Porter Road. Elsherman near side on your screen. And on play action, Fisher moving to his right. Surveys toward the end zone. Still running toward that far sideline, and he'll just wisely trot out of bounds. Does get positive yards on that play to the 6. A pickup of 2. It's 3rd and goal.
Schultz and Donovan were in the end zone. Fisher elected not to throw. Mark it inside the 6 to the 5, so give him a pickup of about 3. Ball on the right hash.
Play clock at 10 seconds. The Tigers break the huddle here. 6-6 game. Late 3rd quarter. Now they shift a couple of guys to the far side.
Unbalanced to the right.
Quite a bit of motion here. Fisher fakes it. He's under pressure in the backfield. A couple of white jerseys. Flips it toward the end zone. Dockery was open. It's over his head. Incomplete. Almost made something out of nothing there. Fisher was being hounded by a couple of white jerseys. Dockery was open, but Fisher couldn't set his feet because of that pressure. And now it's 4th down. The field goal unit will come on to try to put the Tigers up 3.
This will be about a 22, 23-yard field goal attempt.
That's one Fisher would like to try to throw again. So Barrett, 2 for 3 on field goals. His longest this year, 28 yards. This kick to put the Tigers in front by 3. Good snap, good hold. Kick on the way from Barrett, and it is right through the middle. So the 8-play drive gets points for the Tigers. 9-6 Memorial. 4.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Good one between 2 rivals, Mater Dei and Memorial, here on IndianaSRN.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
At Rockabar, you can join them at their new location at the corner of Green River Road and 4600 Washington Avenue in Evansville. Stop by after the game or for breakfast, lunch, or dinner for your favorite pizza and other fine food. Scoring a recap brought to you by Simplicity Furniture. Tigers go 8 plays, 49 yards, 2 minutes and 52 seconds. It was a 23-yard field goal from Pate Baird, who is now 3 for 4 on field goals this year. And his kickoff will be returned by Halbig at around the 8-yard line. Halbig is swarmed, but he gets through the initial pursuit. A few extra yards, wrestled down at the 23-yard line. Well, last drive for Mater Dei, it was old school football. 2 tight ends, they ran it right up the gut, and it resulted in a touchdown, but they missed the PAT.
Quentin Merkel in on a stop after a couple of misses. Yeah, they went to the tight end the first play, and then after that, they just had the one tight end, but they had the counter back on the right side. So basically, 7 offensive linemen blocking on the drive. We'll see if they can try to replicate that. Let's see what adjustments the Tigers defense has made from that first drive of the second half that picked up a Mater Dei score. Same formation.
That scoring drive was 10 plays, 52 yards. It took 4.5 minutes off the clock. There's a short gain on first down.
Over the left side, Wyatt Stratman.
Jake Lively got credit for the tackle. Lively, a 5'9" junior. Give him a yard at 2nd and 9. So Mater Dei, it wasn't no huddle, but they went fairly up-tempo that opening drive of this quarter.
They've got to hustle, get the play clock beat.
Down to 5 seconds, and they will just take a timeout here. So 3:35 to go, third quarter. Tigers +3 here at Inlow Field.
My name is Jay Jones. I'm the commissioner of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and we appreciate you tuning in to tonight's game. We hope you'll stay tuned to SRN for tomorrow's Heartland Conference Game of the Week, showcasing some of the best small college football in the Midwest. We look forward to seeing you then.
College football Saturday is back in full force. Tomorrow, a couple of games here on IndianaSRN. First up at 1:30 Eastern Time, Franklin will be home against Aurora. And then it is Alma at Manchester at 4 o'clock. So double dip tomorrow on IndianaSRN. Here there are plenty of things to still accomplish. It's a bit closer than I guess many anticipated on paper, but Mike, that's why you play these games, right?
That's right, and then we got 15, 18-year-old young men out there playing hard in a rivalry game of 2 parochial schools in Evansville, Indiana, with a near packed house. What's not to like tonight?
Well, Mater Dei had to use a timeout because the play clock was winding down. So each team with 2 timeouts left. That could be impactful come the fourth quarter if this game stays close. 2nd and 9, Mallory goes under center. On play action, Mallory sets his feet. He chucks one across the middle. Jump ball, batted away, and nearly picked off. It hit the turf. What an effort by the Tigers secondary. Broshiers tried to pluck that before it hit the turf, but he was just a split second too late. Good effort, though.
And J.J. Lowry out there defending. Here's a replay. And could be the longest pass Mallory's thrown all year. Goes up high and just
trapped it
out of the reach of the receiver. That was Nolan Schickel.
So now it's 3rd and 9. See if they go back to the air attack with Mallory. Empty backfield. He's going to take off running up the middle. Mallory slides at the 35-yard line. And it's right at the first down stick. If he would have kept going, he would have for sure had the first down, and this makes it pretty close. They spot the 34. Now, is the rule where you start your slide, is that right?
Not sure in high school, but the referee says we're going to measure just to make sure.
No, Mallory didn't want to get clobbered, but if he would have kept going, he had plenty of room for another yard or 2.
Yeah, nice move by the sophomore. You know, you look at Modern Day we had unofficially 36 yards that first half. You know, they had a 52-yard drive to start the second half. They got 50% more in that first drive than they had in the whole first 24 minutes. And they've already gone from the 24 here maybe to the 34, maybe 35.
So after the measurement, he looks like an inch or two short.
It's one of those credit cards that can stick in between, and that's about all it's going to be.
So Mallory slides inches short of the first down. It's 4th and very short.
Well, that's why both of these teams are ranked in the state in 4A. Memorial, number 4 in the football coaches poll, number 5 in the AP. And in 2A, Modern Day, number 5 in the coaches, and 9 in the AP. Big play here.
Here we go, 4th and inches. And we have a stoppage as they're waiting for the chain gang to get set. Near official wasn't ready yet. So now we'll reset.
Mallory goes under center.
Does Mallory just keep it himself? Nope, hands off fullback, and they'll get the first down, and that is Spencer Turner as he plunges forward. A couple of yard gain for Turner, and this drive stays alive for the Wildcats.
Modern Day had 2 first downs, both by the pass in the first half. In the second half, they have doubled it, and they've done it all on the ground.
Coming up on 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Fresh set of downs from the Modern Day 37. Here's the handoff for Stratman. And Stratman gets pinballed at the 39. Short gain of 2. Now some tangling up as the bodies try to get off that pile.
Landon Merrimee was the first to hit, but not after a pickup of about 2 or 3.
This third quarter zipping by too. A lot of action on the ground, so that clock has continued to move.
For a low-scoring game, there's been a lot of action.
So here's Modern Day. They hustle up to the line of scrimmage on 2nd down and 8. They're going to run it off left tackle. Trying to drive forward is Wyatt Stratman. And Stratman is able to carve out 4 yards.
Donovan Baker and the Marvion Vaughn in on the stop. We're going to say this a lot this last 15 minutes or so. Another big play.
Yeah. 3rd and 4. You're also starting to get to the area of the field of have some big decisions as you approach the fourth quarter of where they go for on 4th down and stuff. But right now, Modern Day hoping to pick up the first down here on 3rd and 4. Mallory fakes the handoff. They try to set up the screen pass far side. It's caught, but greeted right away. J.J. Lowry came up and met the man as soon as he made the catch. No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Nolan Chickle, he took 2 steps forward and a couple backwards. And soon as J.J. Lowry saw that, he was Johnny on the spot for J.J. And the sophomore comes up with a big stop on a 4th down.
Coach Gable thinking hard, hands on his hips here near sideline of what he wants to do. He sends his quarterback Mallory out there. If you're at Memorial, you have to be aware of the hard count here.
Well, if they get the hard count, even if they do, they'll take the 5-yard penalty, maybe even save that timeout.
So 4th and 4. Play clock down to 7 seconds. It is the hard count, and Memorial does not jump. So it's to delay a game, take the penalty, and now the Wildcats will punt it away here with 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. Stop by the Evansville Hyundai Auto dealership for your next purchase of a new or used car. Located on Evansville's east side, it's home of the 100,000 miles powertrain warranty and 3 years free maintenance. That's at Evansville Hyundai.
Schulz and Elsperman back.
Albig will punt this away for Modern Day. He angles it here toward their own sideline. Hops at the 40. Lets the roll do most of the work. And it stops at the 25-yard line. That last drive for Mater Dei was 7 plays before they had to punt it away. The Tigers get the football back, leading by 3. Again, Memorial has won the last 6 meetings between these two teams. Mater Dei does lead the all-time series 45-30. Wildcats trying to avoid a 3rd straight loss here tonight, while the Tigers are trying to move to 4-0. Drive starts from their own 24-yard line. Here is Porter Road. Shifty move right up the middle, and he makes it to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 6, and that play should take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. So we'll change ends of the field. Game clock inside of 10 seconds. Coach Hurley says, let's go to the 4th quarter. Plenty of football left. 9-6. Memorial in front. Defensive battle. 12 minutes to go here in IndianaSRN.
Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
My name is Jay Jones. I'm the commissioner of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and we appreciate you tuning in to tonight's game. We hope you'll stay tuned to SRN for tomorrow's Heartland Conference Game of the Week, showcasing some of the best small college football in the Midwest. We look forward to seeing you then.
As we start this 4th quarter, Tigers with a slim lead of 3. Alongside Mike Scavara, I'm Jevin Redmond. This broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. For the private use of our audience, the use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited.
Believe it or not, Mater Dei's only had the ball twice. This is the 2nd possession for Memorial, and we're starting the 4th quarter.
2nd and 5 after Road gain 5 on the first play of the drive. 4th quarter starts with a Road run. Not much there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down.
And on the stop, in the bottom of the pile was Nate McDermott.
And if you're just joining us here, Fisher did not play the final 2 offensive drives of the first half with the arm injury. You see that blue sleeve on his right arm as they break the huddle. That was not on at the start of the game. It was after halftime. But Fisher's played this whole second half so far.
10 defenders within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 5. Porter Road tries to get it with a second effort, and he's going to be short by about a yard. He hit down at the 32, pickup of 3.
Ethan Gooden on the stop. Now, Mater Dei has said, you go ahead and beat us with the pass, but you're not going to beat us with the run.
So the Tigers will punt it away here, and Fisher will do the kicking. Halbig back deep to return. Halbig's had 1 good return tonight. He stands around his own 35-yard line. High kick. It's a short kick from Fisher. Takes a Tiger bounce all the way out of bounds to the 30-yard line. Hey, you belong at Ivy Tech Community College with 5 times to start each year. They have flexible scheduling. There is always a great time to begin at Ivy Tech. Join them for Tuesdays at the Tech. Thanks to Ivy Tech Community College for sponsoring tonight's broadcast.
38-yard punt for Matthew Fisher as the Mater Dei Wildcats trailing 9-6 to the Memorial Tigers. Will get the ball 1st and 10 from their own 30.
So far, the only scoring drive tonight for the Wildcats was to start the 3rd quarter. 10-play drive, 52 yards. Mallory to throw on 1st down, looking near sideline. He's flushed out and just heaves it out of bounds. Good coverage and also pressure on Mallory. 2nd down.
And we talked about lack of offense for Mater Dei in that first half, only 36 yards. Mater Dei is, I have unofficially picking up 72 yards and a score here, and then that first drive went 10 plays, 52 yards, and that's been the bulk of their offense. So the Mater Dei Memorial defense has played well, except for that first drive of the second half.
On 2nd and 10, they try to put it on the ground, and 3 or 4 blue jerseys swarm in the backfield for a loss of 2. That was Wyatt Stradman who got the call. So now it's 3rd and about 11 as Stradman loses 1 yard.
As you talked about, a swarm there. So we've seen Tate Mallory, the sophomore, either roll out or he's actually done a nice quarterback draw and has gotten a good run. So they bring out a couple of the run defensive tackles and put a little more quickness at the defensive tackle, maybe a little more pass rush as well. We'll see what happens.
They better hurry. Play clock at 5 seconds. They go trips here near side of your screen. They get the snap off just in time. Wide receiver screen pass comes near side, and it's caught by Nolan Schickel. And then Schickel is crunched after a gain of about 4 or 5, and now we have a Mater Dei punt.
Alex Broshears and Sam Nichols, we've said that duo a few times here tonight. So another 3 and out.
Elsterman and Schultz will return this punt from Halbig. We've seen him multiple times tonight with the low line drive kick, and they'll let the ball move on the turf. See if he does it again here. Coming up on 9 minutes to go in the game. This one, higher kick, shorter kick though. Elsterman comes up, fair catch at the 41-yard line. A little bit of a collision, but not enough for a flag.
Just a 26-yard punt, so the Tigers, with 8:59 to go in the game, come up with great field position.
Tigers leading 9-6 on our Acute Lawn and Landscape scoreboard. Acute Lawn and Landscape will help with the design and installation of your landscaping project. Need help removing those annoying fall leaves? They also offer leaf cleanup. Call 812-455-7400 or search Acute Lawn and Landscape on Facebook. Your yard can look sharp with Acute Lawn and Landscape.
Memorial's third possession, Jevin, and they've only had the ball about 4.5 minutes in the game here, the second half.
Drive starts from the 41. Elsterman moves left to right. Jet sweep. He's got it at the 44-yard line, but guess what? Another Tiger penalty. And it seems like these penalties are coming early in drives, which put them in large holes, 1st and long, 2nd and long.
And if that is indeed a penalty against Memorial, it will be their 9th of the ball game. They had 8 for 50 coming in, and as a holding, okay.
And while they mark this off, we update you on some scores elsewhere, brought to you by Kipley's, which is located on the corner of the Lloyd Expressway and Bakey Avenue. Join them before or after the game for great food and fun. SISC scores: Jasper cruising past Bossy, 34-12 in the third quarter. Vincennes thumping Central 35-6. That's also in the third quarter, as well as Castle leading Harrison 28-7. Wrights on top of North 24-7. College football, IU leads Indiana State 24-7, third quarter in Bloomington. 1st and 20 now. Porter Road hopping through the line. Makes one man miss, not the second. And is able to take out a couple of yards on that carry.
Ethan Gooden on the stop. Gooden for Mater Dei has done a nice job from that defensive end position here this evening.
So after the 3-yard gain for Road, which is about his season average per carry, it's 2nd and 22. On play action, Fisher pump fakes. He's in trouble. He got out of a sack. He takes off running some room, 35-40, and out of bounds. Now a flag flies in at the 43-yard line. That was probably an unnecessary block by Lawrence, as Fisher was going to go out of bounds, and Lawrence came up and maybe got one of those blindside blocks.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a good play negated, and they might refuse it.
Be surprised if they would, yeah.
Yeah, because it's personal foul 15. We got to the 41. So give them about 10 yards on the carry, but it goes all the way back to the 26.
I'm wait till they put it up on the scoreboard how long this distance to get. 26 yards. It's 2nd and 26. Or about their own 25-yard line. 5 wide receiver, empty backfield. Mater Dei almost jumped over the line, but they got back in time. Memorial fans wanted a flag.
5 rushing. They're dropping 6 defenders.
Fisher to throw, dancing in the pocket. Flushed out a bit, heaves it far sideline. Nearly a leaping grab by Elsherman. A good thing he batted that away. Had a chance to be picked off, and it's 3rd and forever.
Now this is where, first down would be great, but if you can just get some yardage and get some leverage to get out deep in your own territory. I'm sure Coach Hurley doesn't have a lot of 3rd and 26 plays in that playbook, but and again, you don't want to keep it basic here. You don't want to do any razzle-dazzling, and bad things can happen deep in your own territory.
Just under 8 minutes to go in the game. Fisher goes deep, far sideline. He had Elsherman, who had a couple of steps in the Mater Dei secondary, but he led him too far. It's incomplete. 4th down, another Tigers punt.
Yeah, good play. You go long, I'll try to hit you, and if it's a pass interference, maybe. But Fisher will have to kick it away. After each team scored on their first possessions in the 3rd quarter, each team on their next 2 ensuing possessions are going to have to punt the ball away.
Halbeck, who's been busy tonight, is waiting to return this punt from Fisher. Low snap, bobbled a bit, he gets it away. It's a high kick, will land around the 45-yard line and roll to the 42. So solid field position here for Mater Dei as they trail by 3 with just over 7.5 to go.
32-yard punt.
Well, People's Furniture Mattress Outlet, a sponsor of tonight's broadcast here on IndianaSRN. 50 years of operation for a business that is family and 3rd generation owned. How easy can it get? For quality furniture and a quality mattress, stop by and see the friendly folks at People's Furniture Mattress Outlet in Evansville. Tigers defense will have to pass another test here with their team in front by 3. Here's the handoff up the middle, and Donovan Baker was quickly to that running back, Spencer Turner, who did get back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
It's one of these games where both fan bases and coaching staffs and all the people pulling for either team hold their breath after every play.
Could be a tense final 7 minutes.
I give him a -1 on that one.
It's been mostly Turner and Stratman on the ground for Mater Dei tonight. Mallory rolls to his right on play action, sets his feet, pump fakes now. He's in some trouble. Looking here near side, has a man wide open, and it's caught in Tiger territory. Shy of the first down, though, at the 48-yard line. I tell you what, he got a friendly spot. It's closer to the first down than I thought.
Wyatt Stratman on that, as even though he throws it with his arm, Mallory kept this play alive with his feet. As they lose contain on the backside, that allows him to roll left, and a good effort there, good catch. As
it's a generous spot too.
It'll be 3rd and short.
Mallory got that ball away just in time. He had some pressure breathing down.
They're going to measure it.
His neck, and this will be a short measurement here on the near sideline. It'll be 3rd and short.
Long way to go. A little over 6.5 minutes to go. Memorial looking to stay perfect on the year. Mater Dei looking to get a big win. Move their record to 2-2.
Tigers will be home against Harrison next week here at Inlow Field. Mater Dei will be home next week at the Bowl against Jasper. 3rd and inches here, just about halfway through the 4th quarter.
I'll let you call the play as he hands off to the fullback.
We see them line up Turner as the fullback on these short yardage plays. There he is in the fullback spot. Running back is Stratman, 3rd and inches. Fullback. Didn't need much. Got about a half a yard, first down.
5th. First down in the second half, all on the ground.
Landon Merrimee made the stop there. Just over 6 minutes to go. Mallory has made a big throw on this drive. Mostly he's been on the ground. He's going to throw here on first down. All kinds of time in the pocket. Moves to his right. Takes off running, and then he is undercut out of bounds. Right back at the line of scrimmage. That was a lot of work for Mallory to get basically nothing.
Alex Broshears from the middle linebacker. Able to cut his legs out.
Good coverage by the Tigers secondary as well, as that play took a while. You typically see Mallory come to the sideline to get the call, but he was tackled out of bounds on the far sideline. So now Coach Gable relays the play to Nolan Schickel, who then gives it to Tate Mallory, and now to the other 9 guys on the field. 2nd and 10.
Play clock down to 3.
Empty backfield. The pass comes near side. Flag flies. It is caught by Schickel, and then Schickel is twisted out of bounds right around the first down marker. Typically, a flag in that area is holding. There was a lot of congestion there with that screen pass being set up. We'll see what it is.
Or a block in the back.
It is a hold against Mater Dei, so that negates that play. Flag was thrown at the 45-yard line. Takes it back to the Wildcat 43.
Not on those that give away the 9-yard gain. It's a 10-yard penalty, so that, in essence, a 19-yard penalty.
So now 2nd and 19. They have to get to the 33-yard line. Another screen pass, same play. This one is caught by Schickel. No flag on this play as Schickel takes it into Tiger territory at the 49. Got a chunk of those yards back. You're looking at 3rd and 11.
Jake Lively on the stop.
Schickel, just a sophomore. He's had a couple of grabs tonight. 3rd and 11 coming up on 5 minutes to go. Mater Dei might have 2 plays here to get a first down. Running back is Stratman. To the left tip of Mallory. They fake it to him. In the pocket, spins one near sideline, 101 coverage, and it's incomplete. There on the coverage for the Tigers was Dasmond Johnson. They were looking to hook up here on that near sideline, and it's incomplete, so now it's 4th and 11.
Look for the punt here and get Mater Dei to keep them deep into the territory.
They were trying to throw that to Tanner Halbig, their senior wide receiver. And now Halbig will punt.
Well, so much for maybe including us, the experts, a high-scoring game so far, right? If you think 9-6 is high-scoring, then you're right. But I'm sure Memorial would take it. Mater Dei, they'd like 6 more.
As long as you find a way to win on either side, you're happy with the outcome. Fair catch called by Elsterman inside the 20, so the Tigers backed up just a bit. We thank Orange Leaf Frozen Yogurt for sponsoring tonight's Tigers football broadcast on IndianaSRN. They are your go-to spot for that afternoon sweet treat or refreshing snack. They have a variety of self-serve frozen yogurt flavors, endless toppings, real fruit smoothies, made-to-order shakes, and holiday cakes. Satisfy that sweet tooth of yours at Orange Leaf Frozen Yogurt, 701 North Burkhart Road in Evansville.
4:51 to go. That was a 32-yard punt, so field position being played. Mater Dei defense looking to get a 3 and out again.
On 1st and 10, the give is to Road up the middle, and not much there. Maybe a yard for Porter Road. Haven't really seen Fisher turn it loose here in the second half, as he had that arm injury right before halftime, forced him to miss a couple of offensive series.
Tigers with the lead will take a lot of time off that play clock. They can get a couple of first downs.
They can 2 first downs would put them in good shape. Now they pitch it out wide to Rode. He tries to cut it inside, and he can't spin out of a tackle. That's another short gain for Rode of a yard, so you're looking at 3rd and about 8. And now we have an injury on the Tigers offense.
Porter Rode.
And that is Porter Rode. So that stops the clock with 4:02 to go in the game. Well, 2 key spots tonight. The Tigers have had to fight the injury bug with Fisher at the quarterback spot, and now Porter Rode. And we will take a break here late in the game. Tigers lead by just 3.
Harvey here at Hyundai of Evansville. We love this community and we love these hot deals that we are offering. Like low prices on the new 23 Santa Fe's, now get an additional $2,500 rebate when you finance with Hyundai Motor Finance and get 3-year free maintenance and America's Best warranty.
So if you're in the market for a new vehicle, stop in and let us show you some love.
Right here at Hyundai of Evansville, where credit is never a deal breaker.
Where nobody walks away because everybody saves.
Why do our students love Wrights Memorial?
Because I can grow stronger on the field and in my faith. I believe in my teammates. I believe in my classmates. And through Christ, I believe I can accomplish anything.
Come live your faith at Wrights Memorial.
Injury timeout here with 4:02 to go after a gain of a yard for Porter Rode. Looked like they were tending to his right ankle, and he's not really able to put any pressure on that right ankle as he heads off the field.
Took to plant his foot, and when he did so, he got tackled, and that might have created the injury. Won't speculate any more than that. We'll bring up a 3rd down and long for the Tigers. Again, each team scored on their first possession of the second half. Mater Dei went right down and scored, and got a touchdown, missed the extra point. Memorial answered with a field goal. The only scoring in the first half was a 12-yard pass from Matthew Fisher to Luke Ellsberg.
So this is 3rd and 9. Fisher moving here near side, sets his feet, throws, sideline, sliding catch right around the first down marker. That was Luke Ellsberg. They needed 9 for the first down.
They got it.
And after the spot, it is enough for the first down at the 28-yard line. So move the chains.
How big was that play?
They got 10 yards.
And they can take off another minute and a half or so here if they don't throw an incomplete pass, or if they run the ball. Donovan Baker in now in the backfield.
Yeah, Donovan Baker takes over. We saw Baker run a handful last year.
Brochier's at the fullback.
They give it to Baker right up the middle, and a good blast past the 30 to the 32-yard line. That was a gain of 4. But more importantly for the Tigers, it keeps that clock moving. Tigers and Wildcats each have 2 timeouts to work with the remainder of this game.
Hayden Shoy along with Carter Schmidt.
Well, we said the magic number for first downs on this drive was 2. They picked up 1, so trying to get 1 more here if you're Memorial. Donovan Baker, that was just his 4th carry of the year, and he's in for the injured Porter Rode who just left about 2 or 3 plays ago. 2nd down, back to Baker, up the middle. He's got the first down and much more. Donovan Baker then lost the football. There's a scramble for it. I think the Tigers came back up with it. Baker might have just grabbed his own fumble. He's marked at the 42-yard line, a gain of 10, move the chains. Well, hello, Donovan Baker.
That's the first down via the rush by the Tigers tonight, and what a big one. Comes under 3 minutes. Mater Dei might need to use the timeouts. He's getting a nice block there. Brochier's on the defensive end, and I think he might have been down before he fumbled it. Play clock, take your time. If you're a Tiger fan, it's down to 6.
Fisher eyeing that play clock, wipes his hands, goes under center. Back to Baker they go. He cuts it outside, 45-yard line to the 50, but a flag flies in the area of holding where Desmond Johnson was trying to create some space for Baker.
Happened near the line of scrimmage. That play was designed to go in between the guards, but Baker was able to bounce it outside, and that might have created the hole.
Clock says 1:53, but it ran a bit after that play. It should have stopped, so they're going to add some time. You saw Coach Gable was trying to get the officials' attention to add some time. Should be around 2 minutes. So backs it up to the 33-yard line.
That's the 11th penalty against the Tigers for 85 yards here tonight. And the third holding penalty. So that has aided to the cause of the modern day defense.
So the clock resets to 2:08. And it's 1st and long for the Tigers.
Coach Hurley and his staff, they don't need any more points. They said, we don't want any more points. We just need 2 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. They'll wind it.
Are you a little surprised Mater Dei hasn't used their timeouts yet?
They might use them right here after this play.
Well, I'll get to my point here after this play. With 10 seconds, Fisher watches the clock tick down. This is 1st and 19. Here is Baker up the middle, and he spins his way to the 38-yard line. There's the timeout. I would use them up front because what if you get a fumble on this next play or the following play? Then you have more time to work with if you do recover. Otherwise, you just wasted about 20 seconds.
Yeah, well, you know, Coach Gable, 261 wins in 27 years and 2 state championships. He might know what he's doing, but then again, it's an opportunity to stop the clock now, and because if they take another one, they still might be able to have the timeouts being used and no timeouts and maybe get a little better field position. That's one of those, it's a, if it works, you're great. If you're not, then you're not.
So it'll be 2nd and 14 when we resume action here from the Tigers' 38-yard line. So let's do some thinking and do some math. If the Tigers don't pick up a first down, let's say this next play takes about 7 seconds. You call a timeout at 1:35 or another play, so you're looking at punting it with around 50 seconds or so. Long story short, Mater Dei would get the ball back with less than a minute.
And they have not been able to demonstrate a good hurry-up type offense. They just had one long sustained drive for their only points. You know, football is like another sport. It's called a chess match.
I'll tell you what, Donovan Baker's come in and provided a nice spark for the injured Porter Road.
What a great job by the senior. And fullback, guess who? Alex Broshears.
Here is Baker. He made one man miss. His number one objective, though, is to protect the football. Knocked down just shy of the 40, pick up about 2, and now head coach Mike Gable does burn that 3rd and final timeout with 1:37 to go. And that play did take 7 seconds.
Yeah, you can, even if you just get minimum yardage, you can let it go all the way down and then take a delay penalty and burn more time if you're the Memorial Tigers. What a great ball game we've had. Memorial scored the only points on the first half on a 12-yard pass from Matthew Fisher to Luke Elsperman. The extra point was no good, and 6-0 at halftime. Mater Dei comes right out of the locker room and goes 52 yards in 10 plays and get a Spencer Turner 1-yard run. But the extra point was no good as well. Then Memorial comes right back and gets it down to the Mater Dei 5, where Pate Barrett comes up with a 23-yard field goal right now. That's the difference in the ball game.
Hey, once this game is over, we'll have a quick post-game recap. We'll name our Rockabar player of the game and also set what's ahead for both these teams after week 4. 3rd and 13, Mater Dei out of timeouts now. They run a reverse here with Elsperman. He's at the 40-yard line, 45. Elsperman to the 50. He got tripped up. A flag flies in the area of holding. You would have 4th and 3 If you didn't have the flag, that was a gain of about 10.
Well, either a hold or maybe a block in the back. Yeah, they indicate hold. So and again, that flag was about at the line of scrimmage. And you try to utilize Elsperman's speed.
So it's a hold against the Tigers officially. Mater Dei, it looks like they're going to accept the penalty.
We'll go from the 39 to the 29. Now they're deciding where did the hold occur. Now the flag is all the way back to the 33-yard line. Now they're going to wave it off.
So they declined the penalty. It's 4th and short from the 50-yard line. I know you're battling the clock. I guess the other alternative would be to take the penalty. Yeah, you're going to waste some more time, but you might get a few more yards after the punt. So I think either way you go, you can have an argument.
And as we talked about, Elsperman had 4 punts inside the 20. Not Elsperman, Fisher. In that game against North.
Well, also, too, I'm thinking time-wise, the play clock goes to 25 seconds now, with 1:26 on the game clock. So the Tigers will be able to run this down to about 1 minute before they have to punt it away. And Mater Dei is going to have one last crack at it, trailing by 3.
You go for the all-out block.
Halbig, we've seen him with one good return tonight. He is backing up to around his own 20. Fisher with the kick. Fair catch called at the 23-yard line, as Mater Dei will have 1:23 to go, no timeouts. They need 3 to tie. A touchdown could possibly win it. Well, here you go. Big spot for the sophomore quarterback, Tate Mallory, in his first year running the Wildcat offense. And he has a chance to lead a game-winning drive. Mater Dei comes out, trips to the near side, single wide receiver far side. Mallory looking here across the middle. Now he flicks one to the near sideline, underthrown to Nolan Schickel. And it's 2nd down.
That pass a little short. That's a tough one, as you got to throw from the right hash mark all the way across the field.
Mater Dei has had the most success on the ground. They started the 3rd quarter with a scoring drive, 10 plays, 52 yards. That tied the game at 6. They missed the PAT. Then Memorial got a field goal about 4 minutes ago in the 3rd quarter from 23 yards out. Flags before the snap, and Mater Dei might have jumped early. So it is a false start. 2nd and 15 now.
Coach Ben Johnson and defensive staff for the Tigers, you keep everything in front of you. Nobody gets behind you.
I've had a big crowd here at Inlow Field tonight. Not many people have left. Some still standing around the end zone to our right. You see them in the background. Tigers trying to stay perfect and move to 4-0 on 2nd and 15. Mallory moving to his left. He's going to heave one, and a sliding catch by Halbig shy of the 30. It's a gain of about 11. Clock continues to move. It's 3rd down and short.
Hurry up offense. Got to have the play already called. We're under a minute.
3rd and 4. And the Tigers jump off sides. Looked like they're going to bring some pressure. Tanner Grease was showing blitz. That gives Mater Dei a free first down with 56 seconds left.
First penalty, first down for either squad.
Mallory on first down. He is under pressure, and he's swarmed by a couple of Tigers. Down he goes. Guess who? Linebacker Alex Broshears. A huge sack. Clock continues to move. We're down to 40 seconds. All the way back at the 22-yard line. And now we have a botched snap. We'll stop the clock with 32 seconds.
It's only the second sack of the year for the Tigers defense. And what a big one there. They brought the blitz. They brought the middle linebacker. They moved him out to the side. Watch Broshears on the left. He comes in and just makes the tackle. Alex Broshears, an all-state middle linebacker. Indiana Football Coach Association Junior All-State team, showed why there.
2nd and 26, back at their own 16-yard line. 25 seconds ago, Mallory steps up in the pocket, moving to his left. He's going to take off running, and he wisely gets out of bounds as he's able to scoot past the 25-yard line. He gains about 10 on that carry, but the problem is, down to 19 seconds for Mater Dei, it's still 3rd and long.
Good hustle play there, as good blocking, but it finally, pocket broke down and had to run out to the outside. If you've got a trick play, you might use it right here.
Again, Mater Dei, no timeouts left. Anything inbounds and not a first down, the clock will run. 3rd and 15. Pass from Mallory, near side, too tall. Not much room to thread the needle there with Wyatt Stratman. 4th and 15, and Mater Dei is down to their last hope.
They don't need to get a touchdown, they just need to get a first down, but that first down has to get them all the way out to the 44-yard line.
Well, you're thinking first down, then hopefully one more play with 13 seconds left. Trips wide receivers to the far side. Single wide receiver near side is Nolan Schickel. 4th and 15 in the pocket. Mallory throws across the middle. Too tall, incomplete. And that's the ball game. A slugfest at Inlow Field. The Tigers defense holds. Memorial wins their 7th straight against Mater Dei. And they're 4-0 here in 2023. 9-6 is going to be our final score.
Just to take one more victory formation kneel. And Memorial will remain perfect in the Southern Indiana Athletic Conference.
Well, for the Tigers, not a pretty win. You take it and move on if you're Mater Dei. It's a tough loss. You're now 1-3, but certainly progress, especially on the defensive side here this week. They came in giving up almost 30 points a game as Fisher goes under center. He'll take one victory kneel down, and that will run out the clock. Tigers move to 4-0. 9-6 is the final score here at Inlow Field, and we'll come back and recap it all for you next here on IndianaSRN.
Want to give it to
The goal isn't graduation day. It's a better every day after. It's the first day in your new career. Your first pay raise. The 5th day of that week-long vacation. It's the first paid holiday home with your family. Or the day of your last car loan payment. Much sooner than you thought. At Ivy Tech Community College, we don't just care about your degree. We care about your life. Let's get started at ivytech.edu.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Memorial.
Hey, thanks for being here. You're in great hands.
Back at our post-game show here in Inlow Field, the Tigers win a defensive slugfest. 9-6 is the final score. Recap all the scoring for you here. Tigers struck first late in the first quarter, a 12-yard touchdown catch from Luke Elsterman. Capped off a 5-play, 43-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and then Pate Barrett missed the PAT. So a 6-0 Tigers. It stayed that way until early third quarter on the first drive of the second half. Mater Dei got a 1-yard touchdown run from Spencer Turner, capping off a 10-play, 52-yard drive that milked off 4 minutes and 34 seconds. And then their kicker missed the PAT, Johnny Eit. It was wide left, so we stayed tied at 6 apiece. On the ensuing drive for the Tigers, they went 8 plays, 49 yards in 2 minutes and 52 seconds. It was a 23-yard field goal from Pate Barrett. That was with 4:34 left in the third quarter, and that is all the scoring tonight. Tigers defense making some big plays down the stretch, and with that, it leads us into our Rockabar Player of the Game. And Mike Scavara, we go to the defense side for Memorial for our Player of the Game.
Well, the defense finally gave up some points after shutting out their opponents from the third quarter of the first game to the third quarter of the fourth game. But all in all, the Tigers were able to overcome 10 penalties for 100 yards as key plays down the end, and no more big than was Alex Brashear's quarterback sack of Tate Mallory late there to keep that last drive from coming up with any points. And he led the defense. Don't have a final total, but if he didn't leave the Tigers in tackles again this week, he was awful close. So we're going to give it to the junior linebacker, our Rockabar Player of the Game here tonight, as Alex Brashear's leads the Tigers to a 4-0 record as they remain unbeaten, as Mater Dei will drop to 1-3.
Player of the Game is brought to you by Rockabar. Stop by for breakfast, lunch, or dinner at their new location, 4600 Washington Avenue in Evansville. Well, before we say goodbye, up next, Week 5, Memorial back at home against Harrison next week. On the air at 6:15 here on IndianaSRN. Kickoff at 6:30. Tigers now 4-0, and for Mater Dei, they drop to 1-3. The Wildcats will be home against Jasper next Friday night. For our IndianaSRN crew, huge thanks to our cameraman, Daniel Thacker, producer Chuck Levine. Also, big thanks to Tucker Smith for the halftime show, providing scores throughout the evening. Broadcast partner was Mike Scavara. I'm Javin Revin saying so long from Inlow Field, where the final here in Week 4, Memorial wins their 7th straight against Mater Dei. The final score, 9-6. Talk to you next Friday evening back here at Inlow Field. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.